and welcome back to another episode, if you can believe it, of Internet Genius, the only show that has an IQ above room temperature, and you can aspire to that too by pledging at patreon.com/internetgenius. With lots of money, it translates directly into IQ points. You can't afford not to do it. You are all invited to like, comment, subscribe, ring that accursed bell, and be the genius you were always meant to be. We accept all kinds here on Internet Genius, with, of course, the sole exception of the odious one, he who copes, the Dinkelberg of Internet Genius. And he will suffer for what he has done. Anyway, please subscribe. Yes, we're back again. Continuing, I guess, what is turning into the month of video games. A time to remember. I swear, we're not only going to talk about video games, but we are doing it again today in our Silksong extravaganza, the greatest game of last year, despite what the fake news propaganda outlets are telling you.
The French.
Indeed. So, the what? The what?
French.
That's the damn French. They can't be trusted. I've been saying it for years. Okay, so joining us is, well, first let's say Noni. Again, the loyal Droog himself is here. Noni, thank you for being here and contributing your mystery brown conversation to our chat.
Continuing the streak, still alive.
Still alive.
For another 10 episodes, 100 episodes even. Who knows?
We'll see. We'll see. And, of course, we are welcoming... Oh, my notes are here messed up. We're welcoming world record holder of Hollow Knight speedruns and other things, as I understand it, Visuals, aka Viz. Welcome, Viz. Nice to have you, buddy.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Great, great. Now, the interesting backstory here that I bet probably most people don't know is that you used to watch my videos, and perhaps you still do from time to time. I don't know. Don't even answer that question. I don't even want to know. But so you told me, I think years ago, we both stream on Twitch sometimes. You've rated me a couple of times. You've commented on stuff. I see you around. I'm always like, hey, dude, I know this guy. He's like a great Hollow Knight and Silksong speedrunner guy. And he's cool and epic. And you have said that it was my Hollow Knight video, my Hollow Knight and Breath of the Wild video, that was like what made you even be aware of Hollow Knight. And then I think it's fair to say that you owe me all your subsequent success in speedrunning, in Hollow Knight and everything else. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, on my speedrun.com page, it says, like, credit to best guy.
It's the right thing to do. Okay, but that's a true story, though. I did, like, turn you on to Hollow Knight. Yeah?
Yeah. Very
Epic.
quick rundown of it is I lived in Houston in 2017, and I was a player of, like, Halo, Counter-Strike, World of Warcraft, like multiplayer stuff, Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Real man's game.
Yeah.
As opposed
with some
to
tournaments for some of them. And generally consider myself to be like a competitive player in different games. And then when the hurricane happened, I had to move in with a buddy of mine who had horrible internet. And so I was just looking for something to pass the time every day when I got home from work. And I had seen your Breath of the Wild and Hollow Knight video, so Hollow Knight sounded cool. And I was like, well, at least I could play it without internet. So
yeah.
Once I beat it, I was like, I guess we're going for all the achievements. And once I got all the achievements, I was like, I need other ways to play it.
Right on.
And
so you brought your fierce testosterone-ridden game style to the lowly Hollow Knight himself.
Many are saying this.
Many are saying this, no doubt. And so just, because your credentials are, they make you a cool, impressive guy. Now, Viz is, of course, our subject matter expert on Silksong and Hollow Knight, etc., all this stuff. So you said you were a 2-time world record holder for Hollow Knight any percent, the main category. Is that right?
Yes. Of my...
Give us the rundown of your credentials, just so the world knows how cool you are. And that we're cool vicariously for talking to you.
It spreads.
Absolutely,
It spreads to the
absolutely.
So I had 26 world records over the course of 2018 to 2023. When I got my last one, I performed Hollow Knight at 2 GDQs, which is Games Done Quick, big speedrunning marathon extravaganza. And I ran Silksong for a couple months. I don't consider myself to be like retired from it. I'd just been taking a break from all speedrunning as of like very, very lately.
You're like Rocky and Rocky 5 right now, I think, right? Ready for the biggest return of all time. Get ready, folks.
I'm coming out of the cocoon, a whole new man. But yeah, so any percent 2-time. I'm known as like the true ending guy. I think, how many is that? 14 of them were from true ending. That's the one I did at the first GDQ, so people know me as the true ending guy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, there you go. Impressive, dude. And what else are you playing? What else are you running? What are your other the Hollow Knight type stuff that you're into?
Yeah. There was a game that came out in 2024 called Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus. Very Hollow Knight, Ori inspired, like openly, like they would tell you that they, took a lot of inspiration. Even in the Discord, the devs will like refer to some of their oh my gosh, what are they called? It's like their version of charms.
Whatever. We were saying before that, like, is it time for society to accept the reality that there are Hollow Knight likes out there, that this is the new paradigm, and it's time to embrace reality, folks. Yeah, we can't run from the truth forever.
We went from Souls likes to Hollow Knight likes, and no one's ready for that conversation, but it's there.
They're not ready for it yet.
People are still fighting in the trenches about Metroidvanias. Should we really call them Metroidvanias? Should we?
It's real. It's true. It's time to get over it, folks. It's entered the zeitgeist. I've been defending that term for years, so I planted my flag here.
Oh, I have no room to talk on this because everybody would be disappointed to know that I've never played a Metroid or a Castlevania. I am a fake fan.
That is interesting to know. Again, your trajectory is interesting, going from like effectively competitive, like first-person shooter type games or like Melee and stuff into like a single player game. And it totally makes sense that it's because like you didn't have internet and you needed something else to play, so you applied it to the way you could. So that's cool. I like that. I respect that.
Here's a real question that I have for visuals. What made you choose to walk the path of a god, of a speedrunner, of like, I'm gonna play this until I'm like the best at it, over and over and over? Is it as simple as
you needed something to play, and you're like, I guess this is it, because this is what's in front of me? Is that kind of what it was?
Honestly, I think it's because when I was growing up, my family was not very well off, so I would get like one video game a year.
Right.
And so my only choice was to play it until the disc burned out or whatever. So like I've played the opening of Final Fantasy X probably 2,000 times because I didn't have a memory card, so it was just play it until I died.
How far does that take you? I'm just curious. Like, up to what point would you usually get as you're playing through without the memory card? Would you get? Yeah.
Well, I got past the Sin fight on the boat where you fight the Finn. I got past that one time ever.
Okay, all right. So that's the hard limit, basically.
Yeah, and since I was a stupid kid, I didn't know, like, in my brain, I was thinking, I don't have a memory card. There's no point in touching the save sphere. I didn't know it healed you. So I was going through on hard mode, having to, like, use potions. So, yeah, once I got off the boat, I just died immediately.
That's like a little mini speedrunning thing right there. You're, like, getting practice for that at a young age. Like, there's no such thing as saving. There's no redoing. There's no going back. Just, like, achieve whatever you can. If you fail, start over. Try again tomorrow. Fascinating. It's like you were born to do it. Now, let me ask you this, Viz. Now, I think a lot of the viewers at home are going to want this important question asked. Why haven't you done anything more useful with your life? Why have you chosen to throw it away on playing one video game over and over? I think scholars would like to record that. So what's your thought on that?
I think I am obsessed
with
the idea.
Like, you could be starting a podcast, something truly useful for society.
Yeah, I'm a white guy. We need another white guy podcast in the world, for sure.
Many are saying this. I
think I'm just obsessed with the idea of improving at a game. Because, like, even as a kid, playing GoldenEye, playing Diddy Kong Racing, like, I was not content to just sit down and enjoy playing a video game. I'm just so locked into the idea of watching myself get better day by day and seeing, like, comparing how good I am today to, the previous days. I don't know. It's just so much fun to me. Once I discovered speedrunning is like, it's that, but you just have an actual metric to measure by, right? Because playing multiplayer games, you could be getting better, but maybe just the people you got matched up with that day are just better than yesterday. So it's hard to tell. So I got addicted to that feeling of I beat my PB, like on the very first one.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean. And, it's interesting the way that, like, I guess casual players typically play, which is like you play one game to completion and then stop. But if you think about it, that's really a totally arbitrary way to interact with a game. Okay, obviously, get the end credits, logical place to stop playing the game, right? But there's probably tons of things. I mean, like the baby version of this is you beat a game and then you're like, oh, but I can see there's a completion percentage. I want to get 100% completion because I like the game. And then boom, you know, you keep going until you do that. So you do have some control over what your end point with a game is. So I don't know. I find that interesting. That's an interesting way of looking at it. So boom, there you go. Oh, and before we go any further, I just want to say, you have a YouTube channel. You stream regularly on Twitch, correct? These are things that you do. All right, so everybody, links down below to Viz's stuff. Go follow him and check his shit out. What are you going to be like streaming next? What's like your current thing you're doing?
So I had kind of dipped into the Minecraft speedrunning world for a little bit, just because they have like a racing platform. It's like a software, basically. Just you have a rank and you race somebody else on the same seed.
Is it about like beating the Ender Dragon? Is that like the end point? Yeah. Okay.
And so I got into that for a bit, and then recently I've been playing WoW for the first time since like 2016, and been enjoying it. And I am trying to make sure that when I really dive back into Silksong, I'm not like forcing myself to do so, because I'm just gonna be thinking like I wish I
Hornet
was
at
playing.
The end when she dives into the abyss. It's like that's you like going sicko mode. Face lost lace. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 storytelling.
Your Act 3 shall kick off soon, no doubt. Which, by the way, for the record, Act 3 is considered by many bullshit and excessive, and it was better off.
I fucking love
just
it.
cutting the
I
game
love
there.
Act
So
3.
perhaps this will represent your career.
I don't like listening to cowards on the internet personally, but that's just me. That's just me.
What were you saying, Noni?
No, I said I fucking love Act 3. Act 3 is the best. Mark is wrong. I'll go on.
All right,
Mark
we
is
have to
wrong
address
about
right
Act
now how wrong Mark is.
Exactly. He's not here to defend himself.
Act 3 is Kino, Mark. Sorry you can't play in the man's game and go through over the whole map like 2-3 more times to get all the little bits and pieces. But look, Mark's a special boy. Mark's a different kind of Game Boy. He likes to play his game, master the mechanics, and get the fuck out of there, okay? I get it. He's not like us that enjoy wasting our time playing the same game over and over again, achieving nothing except an arbitrary percentage increase on the screen. He likes to like actually get good, frankly, like you, Viz. So you two probably would have things in common, frankly, but love my completion percentage, love my finding new secrets, and I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about this game. Here, Silksong, folks. Maybe you've heard of it. Game of the Year 2025. In fact, okay, let's just get into it right now and discuss that. Okay, Silksong is, without question, the Game of the Year for 2025, unless there was some secret game I'm not aware of that, like, actually is, like, even better than this. But, like, of all the popular choices, it's Silksong. It was always Silksong. Expedition 33 is a cringe movie game, which I did play and like. But it's not as good as Silksong. And Silksong is for real video game players. It's for real game heads, real button clickers, real button mashers, real dips and dodgers, real boss rush type individuals. Not that there's a boss rush yet, but there will be soon. I guarantee it.
Real gamers with the hard R love Silksong.
Oh yeah, a lot of hard R's in this game, no doubt about it.
You earned your pass to say it by beating Silksong 100%.
It's this is confirmed. Team Cherry, why would you do this? Why would you put this at the end of your game as a completion trophy? But I don't know. They did. I guess they felt the authority to do so.
But there is true like something to be said about the games like Silksong to be like, it's so obviously like just a better game than Expedition 33.
I mean, let's once again touch this point that like Noni, you, me, and Mark all, you know, we like different stuff to some degree. We were all like, it's obviously Silksong. It's obviously Silksong is the game of the year. It's not even close. Like we played lots of other games, including Expedition 33, the one that won.
100%
and like,
Expedition
no, of
33.
course it's not Expedition 33. Of course not. What are you insane? It was always Silksong. It was the game that was promised, and yeah.
But here's the thing: it's looking at the game from the perspective of like which one did like achieve true like mechanical like cohesion, like holy shit they did it, versus like which game did the most people play? Because a lot of my friends started and completed Expedition 33. A lot of my friends started, never finished Silksong. It was too hard.
It's a hard game. It is a hard game compared to many of its contemporaries. Dude, I love it. Call me a sicko. Call me a sick fucking freak. But I love hearing the people that dropped out because they couldn't fucking hack it. I'm terrible at video games. I really am. But I never give in when I have a game that I must eventually defeat. I still, dude, I still have not beaten the Pantheon of Hollow Nest from Hollow Knight 1. Every night in my nightmares, I see the tourney, the Pantheon,
You
and
just
I
have
feel
seventh
great
graders
shame.
pointing at you, laughing. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
you didn't beat the
pantsing
Pantheon."
me, kicking me in the dick. It sucks. It's not good. But that's my point. I feel shame. I know that I am the problem and I have to fix it. The game is not the problem. They shouldn't have nerfed the game. Blah, blah, blah. All this is to say, get fucked if you don't like hard video games. It's obviously Kino and totally sick. And, that's what... I am an elitist asshole. I totally admit it when it comes to video games. I love it when other people can't beat a game that I can beat. It gives me such joy in life. But also this game isn't that hard, so
it's really just people don't like the idea of being uncomfortable. They don't like being pushed. And as somebody who has not played Expedition 33, because I don't play a plethora of games. I lock in on very specific ones, and I play the shit out of them until I'm fucking goated. I at least respect the opinions of people who played both, because the one thing I didn't love, as much as I love Silksong, I love Team Cherry, and I think they probably should have won that award. I'm not out there on the front line saying it because I don't know how to compare it. I haven't seen Expedition 33. I don't know anything about it.
But we have.
Yeah, the people who have, go for it. You can shout from the rooftops, and I'm with you.
Dude, this is that's the premise of the podcast. We're the internet geniuses. We say it, now it's true. That's how it works. It's been decreed from on high.
I gotta
It's
defend.
been handed down.
I gotta defend my casual plebs, though, because I am partially one of them. Here's the thing. And I think we talked about it before, difficulty to me when it comes to video games is, on some level, a time problem. Like,
I
don't think people are, like, cowards or, like, they don't want to feel uncomfortable or challenged. I just think somebody, reasonably so, might sit down and be like, hey, I will need to spend the next hour of my life trying to beat this boss. Yeah. Or I could literally play another video game, which is like...
Noni.
Yes.
It's a time problem, but it's also a skill issue, and you've just got to figure it out. What this really is, it's the skill issue of figuring out in your life how to fit the game into the time that you have. Like, cause the only other alternative here that's even possible, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's just the only other alternative is they somehow, like, change the game to, like, make it easier and, like, fuck with the vision. Act 3 is literally too long. Cut content from I mean, who would want that, That's not, like, a good solution. But I'm sorry, go on.
I don't respect this thing. I don't respect people that are like, ooh, the game needed to be easier. I don't respect that. That opinion, not on board with at all. Or, like, the game needed to be changed or anything like that. But if somebody's like, hey, I appreciate Silksong, I've played it for 2 hours, it's too much. Because I have the same thing with, like, Elden Ring. I'm like, hey, man, that game is too big for me to, like, really sit down and, like, every boss, is kicking my ass and I need to lock in for. I can't do that. I did that for Dark Souls 3. I couldn't do that for Elden Ring. I'm like, I would like to play something else.
And the difference is them looking outward versus looking inward. Because if they're looking outward and saying, oh, everything else needs to change to cater to me, that's a problem. But if somebody's saying, hey, I'm not good enough, and I also am not... I don't value the feeling of beating this challenge enough to put the time in, go for it. You can quit.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
That's their issue. Hey, no problem. I can totally respect everybody where they come. I mean, some people just aren't very good at video games, and I'm not particularly good either. But I've got a lot of experience. I know how it works. I mean, so obviously, like, I get the gist. But
I think a lot of it is people get so obsessed with a game like Hollow Knight or any type of hard game, and they think it's the best thing ever. So they force their friends who wouldn't necessarily love a hard challenge to push themselves, and they're like, "Oh, you got to play! It's the best game ever," and it doesn't appeal to them at all. And so they're just like, "Oh, it's overrated" or whatever.
And that, that's like the nice way of putting it, but there is like a more cynical way of putting it slightly, which is like, friends recommended. Oh, what a wholesome thing. Okay, yeah, that's true. When that happens, that is nice. And if they can't beat it, I mean, they want to be included in their friends stuff. That's nice. But there's also a thing when a popular game is making the rounds, and there's people that are like, whoa, everyone is playing this game and really enjoying it. I guess I'll try. And they try, and they're like, it's too hard. It's too long. I want to be in the club of people that have beaten the game, but I wish it were easier or shorter so I can have the real-life achievement checkbox of I beat the game and I have all the experiences and stuff. And
wanna
you know,
go
I
to
got no sympathy for that perspective.
They want to go to their high school lunchroom and talk about how they beat X-Boss in less
Yeah,
tries than their
yeah.
friend. But it's the people that want to have their
beat
cake and eat
Crust
it
King
too.
Khan, man. I'm a legend. I'm a
Yeah.
freaking goated legend. Yeah.
I guess, no, I have no problems with people, like, having those opinions. Just don't put them out there. That's the thing. Don't
know
fight me
when
about
your
it.
betters are speaking, it's time to shut up. And that's us. That's the panel we've assembled here. The internet geniuses are here to give you the canonically correct opinion.
Oh,
and
my
so far,
dark
it's
history
nothing but
with
fire. We're
Sekiro.
spitting.
I have some truly dark history with Sekiro, Nate. You're gonna, like, wanna kick me
Yeah?
off the panel if you knew it.
Okay, you're a hair's breadth already, Noni. So tread carefully. But
Exactly. I'll
yeah,
save
go for it
later.
if you want to share. No, later. Okay, all right, that's fine. Let me guess. You had a hard time with Sekiro. Is that fair to say?
Yes, here's the thing.
Did you
I had a
drop
hard time
it?
with Sekiro. I'll finish it. Obviously, you can make fun of me. You can destroy me.
Okay.
I had a hard time with Sekiro, and I did.
That's okay.
I didn't care to beat it, so I did do the meme. I did do the meme. I did mod it.
Oh my god. Okay, that
Exactly.
is disgraceful.
Exactly.
You're right. That is sickening to hear.
Exactly.
You'll literally get good at the video game. It's not even that hard.
but-
Come on.
But this story has a twist.
Okay.
One friend who might be listening to this did keep
Yeah.
like, oh my god, you fucking modded it, coward,
Yeah, good.
coward.
Hero.
Uh,
Hero,
fucking-
that's a good friend right there.
I went back, beat Sekiro, just
man.
to get him to shut the fuck up.
Properly.
Yeah,
Well, that's what peer pressure is all about right there. Men helping men be better men.
Bring
That's
back
what we
peer
learned.
Donate.
pressure. That's what we're always saying.
yeah, but here's the evil conclusion, though, Nate.
Yeah.
I did that. I didn't like Sekiro more once I beat it.
Well, that's because you were already buck broken, and it was too late to heal your
exactly,
buck, for it was
exactly.
shattered in 1,000
No.
places, and there was no coming back
recovery.
from that.
No, but it's just like my enjoyment like stopped, and like me overcoming the challenge didn't provide the sense of fulfillment. Really, I was just like, I checked the box of beating Sekiro. Ain't that something?
Well, you know, obviously some of this has to do with the mindset, and it has to do with like the attitude that you bring to something. And look, if you're having a bad time playing a video game, no matter how good everyone else says the video game is, I mean, their opinions aren't particularly important. If you know, this is a medium of enjoyment ultimately, and if you're having a bad time, I mean,
That
so
was
it is.
always-
But you know,
That was the thing I always saw with the journalists that would like mod video games. It's one thing to mod a single player video game and play it however you enjoy it. It's another to then go on the internet and say, "Hey, I'm one of you. I beat the game that you're all saying is
That's the
super hard."
insane
It's like
part. That is
you're
the
not
insane
you're
part.
not a part of us. I'm not trying to be gatekeepy. That's the gate. I'm not gonna let you pass through, man. It's not
yeah.
happening.
First of all, I love gatekeeping. Could not be more. In favor. I am the gatekeeper.
There are times that it needs to be there, and people are afraid to say it.
It's true, and in that scenario, if you're talking about like this is like a side tangent, but like a journalist using a mod to play a game, is like, buddy, that's like not the experience you're supposed to be reporting on for like the people out there. But like, you know, obviously video game journalism ain't what it used to be. Am I right? But
That's like being a movie reviewer, but you watched it from outside the theater through the window, and you have no audio, and then you're talking about how overrated it is.
Very true. Very true.
No.
Well, yeah. Go ahead, Noni.
I had the exact opposite experience with Silksong, though. As a redeeming thing, I've played Silksong. Obviously, we all know about the funny, infamous patch that just made the bosses easier and got rid of the 2 damage thing that used to happen. Like with traps. Yeah. I beat the game before that happened, and I do feel
Me too.
because I give a shit about Silksong. I do feel that little I did it before it was nerfed, which is like not the case with Sekiro. But I do
and my
feel with
friends joke that
Silksong.
we
I'm like,
should-
I'm
We
better
should have
than
like
you.
a "I beat Morwing before it was nerfed" T-shirt.
Yeah.
No, and
it's
that
all
patch
Morwing.
is actually a big deal because it split the entire speedrunning leaderboard into 2 boards.
Sure, makes sense. So, what I guess the current run or the current like records, are they all using like the most up to date patch?
No. Well, what ended up happening was a hidden thing that was on that patch that a lot of people wouldn't know about is there was a specific wall in the Underworks that you could wall jump off. It didn't look like you could, but on the right side of it, you could. And it was the only place in the entire run that required you to have float. So you can get through everything else in the game without picking up the float at all. and the entire route was based around never going over there. We never even went to far fields, and in that patch, for some reason, they decided to patch that wall, and you can't jump off it anymore.
Those motherfuckers.
Yeah. So the board is now split between any run done on the release patch of the game. It's called Cloakless, or if you run on any other patch, then it's faster to go get Float because you need it for there. The only other way to do it would be to get Reaper Crest, but that takes way too long for it to be fast. So.
Do you have a preference? Do you like feel strongly about that direction or that particular change? Like it should or shouldn't have been done? Because like, was it like a glitch that was like being fixed? I guess, which obviously glitches can become like a main part of a game, like the famous one in Demon Souls about like rolling over that one wall or whatever. Yeah. But go ahead.
Oh, there's a glitch in Hollow Knight that defined the entire leaderboard for its entire existence.
Oh yeah. What's that? I'm curious.
The levers in the game. So, like, when you, like, up/slash through a floor and there's an enemy, you can hit the enemy, right?
Yeah.
For one singular patch of the entire game's existence, they accidentally turned it on to where you can hit levers through floors also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there is a specific one on the way up to Watcher Knight, in the, what is that called? The Watcher Spire? Or the Spire?
Yeah, right. I think so.
And you could hit that lever through the floor, and we did that in every single category. It's like the most pivotal spot for you to abuse that glitch. And they fixed it immediately after that, but for the entire game's lifespan on
Fever.com. Dave Chappelle quote, yes, too late.
Yeah, we are on that patch, and we were stuck there. No matter how many times they changed something, it was like, well, it's not going to be faster than having lever skip, so we can't get off this patch.
Right. And I assumed... Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to move it on to something else. I was going to ask something else. Go ahead.
Well, it doesn't matter. I was just going to comment on that, but it doesn't matter. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
We have the experts here. I've always, seen thumbnails and whispers in the wind mentioning. Is there something about, like, one of the charms in Hollow Knight, getting, like, 7,000 patches, the one that gives you, like, the grubs or something?
No, it's Fluke Nest.
Yeah, Fluke Nest.
Fluke Boy, yeah.
I keep seeing this thumbnail of this YouTube video that's, like, fucking 20 minutes about, like, the most important charm in Hollow Knight speedrunning. What's up with that?
Does that stack up, Viz? Is that true?
Definitely is, and what's funny is it's not even in a consideration on, like, most of the categories. Like, in 80%, you'd never see Fluke Nest, ever. But they did change it like 4 times because they just could not dial in where they wanted it. And for us, it didn't matter because, like I said, we were stuck on patch 1221. We were never going to get off that patch. And on that patch, Fluke Nest is like the second strongest it's ever been. So if you watch, like, for example, my old 106% world record, we abuse Fluke Nest on everything. Every single Dream Warrior just gets 2-shotted by it.
Brutal. That's really what else can you say but brutal?
Yeah. I mean, not only was like
okay, so it's just so overwhelmingly powerful. It deals so much damage that's what makes it valuable. Correct? Is that fair to say?
And it's very easy to get. Like
okay.
Especially if you haven't seen the way that we beat Flukemarm on that patch. So it was removed later, coincidentally. But again, we're stuck on this patch. It doesn't matter what they change. You could Descending Dark on the very top middle of Flukemarm, and it would just hit infinitely until she died. You didn't have to interact with the boss fight at all.
That's awesome. Okay, dope. Well, okay, hey, let's move things along to talking more about Silksong here, because I've got a bunch of stuff I want to say about it, obviously. So let me just start with like a little summary of well, I guess I had a list of, like, things I love about it, but I just want to mention, we already said that, like, okay, this is a real fucking video game, and I mean, just want to immediately talk about, like, the things that's, like, the best about it, which is basically the movement. The movement in the game, obviously, is fantastic, and it feels good. The dash button, that dashes you into a run, feels so good to use. I just love jumping and spamming dash over and over to get that little extra burst of speed. This is like the most important thing, that the game just feels great to play. To move around the environment, and I'm not endlessly gonna shit on like Expedition 33 or whatever, but like that's a game, like whatever, RPGs and stuff. You move the stick around, you do stuff, you then encounter something, and then, like, a menu happens. Okay, and then you fight, blah, 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 whatever. But, like, these are, like, real action video games where you're doing everything pretty much the whole time. And if that feels good, as Silksong does, then basically the game is good. And now, like, are you given sufficient challenges to like make it worth immersing yourself in the world, to like get meaningful reactions and challenges to overcome and like goals to achieve? And it absolutely does all of that. Absolutely fantastic, obviously. So the movements and like the attacks and the different like crests you get to give you different play styles and stuff. And I bet like as a speedrunner, you probably have far more refined taste on which of those are good. I'll just spoil right now. I'm a Reaper Chad for life. Reaper's obviously goated with the sauce.
Okay.
It's the best crest, the best downward pogo in the game. What more do you want? What more could you want than that? But I'm just saying overall, the game feels so good. We can talk about all this stuff in depth. I did want to say that the story is great. We can go over it, a little bit more later. In fact, Viz, do you even like care about the story? I'm just curious. Is that you do? Okay, all right, great. That's nice to know.
I care about Silksong's story more than I care about Hollow Knight's story. Like pretty significantly.
Oh yeah, okay, all right,
Same.
that's cool. It's definitely. There's like a lot more going on in Silksong, obviously. I mean, there's definitely things in Hollow Knight, obviously, but okay, there's like a whole big theme going on.
It felt
Citadel and whatnot.
It felt like with Hollow Knight, it was very Dark Souls-esque. Where I know the meme has been overdone forever, but it was very much like the story's there, but you don't have to engage with it if you don't want to. Like if you want to ignore all of it, you can get everything out of the game without even touching the story or reading a single word. But with Silksong, the fact that Hornet has a voice, it just gave it such a bigger, more creative platform to do things with, and I love that she gets to like have a personality. I mean, don't get me wrong.
It's interesting. Yeah.
It's funny that the knight can't have a personality, right? Because the whole
he literally
thing
can't. It's like part
it's
of
a rule.
Yeah.
All the other ones with
a
a personality are dead, but. I do like that Hornet is like a whole thing. I love her.
I see pluses and minuses to that personally, but like let's talk about that a little bit. I was just gonna say that like so the story is great, and importantly, it doesn't do very much to fuck up the original. There are a couple of like retcons and things around here. Shout out to Mossbag. Everybody probably knows Mossbag. He's like the big jokey lore YouTuber guy that does stuff. I was watching a couple of his videos before just to like, because it's been a couple of months since I played, just like immerse myself. I was playing through the game again, I don't know, I put like a good like 5-6 hours in just to like refresh myself with the mechanics and explore the environments and stuff. So, because I must have played this game like, I don't know, 5-6 times. Oh, in fact, let me give my credentials for like how much I've immersed myself in Silksong here. Obviously with Viz, it's going to be infinitely more than this, but like for me, I mean, I assume so. I've beaten the game 4 times. I got all the mementos. I've got my 100% completion save, which took me about 85 hours, which is way too long, but whatever. It is what it is. Dude, I'm a speedrunner. I did beat the 5-hour speedrun thing, so I am a legend. I'm an absolute god of the video game, which did take me a few tries. So that was a couple of things figuring out. But unfortunately, I have tried multiple times. I have not beaten Steel Soul because I am bad at video games, and it's really hard. Like the one boss I haven't been able to fight is that one like Steel Soul exclusive boss that's like the darkness thing in the Blasted Steppes. Yep. And I'd like to fight that one of these days, video game, if you'll let me beat the game. But all right, that's a skill issue I'm working on. What about you, Noni? Have you got 100%? Have you had to have 100% save?
100% save. Only beat it one time. It was like explored all the areas, beat all the bosses.
It's definitely a one-time playthrough game if you want it to be, for sure.
It was like I took even like a break from work, Nate, to do that.
Whoa!
So specifically a message to you, Nate. I am playing Silksong.
You're gonna take another break permanently to the poorhouse if you if you even think about that ever again.
Beat it once, like 3-4 days after it came out. 100% did all the bosses, did all the things, and I'm like, damn, I'm satisfied. Rolled that credits after the fucking, beat Evil Lace, and I'm like, damn, 10 out of 10. I don't want to touch you again.
She's merely misunderstood. She's an anti-hero. She's the real good guy behind it all. We respect Lace's choices. And Viz, if you had to sum it up, how many times do you think you've beaten this game?
Oh, goodness.
Gotta be like, I don't know, well, you tell me, 100, 200?
I'm
like,
probably
you're doing it like every day for a while, I assume, right?
I'm probably approaching 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, and people always think that speedrunners are these out the box god gamers, but I like have never considered myself that way in almost any game. I just put as much time as necessary into becoming good. So I think Carmelita took me like 35, 40 tries the first time. I just could not figure out how to beat her. And I actually made a script for a YouTube video that I never actually ended up making, but I went back to my original playthrough and I counted how many times each boss took, and Carmelita and Lost Lace were the top two for sure.
Makes sense.
Carmelita, I had the little bit of the excuse, copium, that I was like 12 hours into my stream. I was so exhausted and I really should not have been fighting her, but I really wanted to beat her before stopping.
Would you say Carmelita's the hardest boss? Because I think I probably would.
I think so. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Really?
I think Lost Lace is really hard.
But I don't know. I don't think it's as hard. I think it's
have like
too
a
easy,
fucking off pick here. The dude in the hospital, like the underground hospital, the big fucking guy, that was annoying to fight.
Unraveled?
I
don't know. I don't know if I would say he's the hardest. I will say he's one of the worst designed. Personally.
It's just because there's mobs, right? He has like the flying
so
mobs. It just fucked me over a million times.
The hitbox was so big. The hitbox was so fucking big. I'm like,
there's no room to do anything in that room.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice, guys. Nicely done. It was spooky though. That whole area was good.
Yeah, no, that was neat. I guess before we move on more to gameplay, I do want to talk about the story stuff. I just love that funny Hornet has a personality, has a voice and motivations and opinions about things happening in the world and happening to her. She fucking talks.
Let's debate that.
Yeah, she talks to people. She talks to people. She fucking punishes people. She does stuff, which is, I'm being real. This is probably like giving the game too much credit, but I have played so many Metroidvanias, but it's like protagonist, silence. Damn, bro, Dark Soulsian storytelling. I'm like, I'm so tired of it. Give me a dude with opinions, bro. Give me somebody with opinions.
We've got to ask one important question about the world. Does the world need more women yapping?
Yes.
Is this a thing that we're lacking, you know?
A lot
now, Samus, there was a strong, silent woman, as it should be.
I will say...
okay, Hornet is a good personality for sure, but yeah, go on, Viz. Go on.
I think Silksong's was the first one of the two to make me laugh. I don't think I laughed out loud at Hollow Knight.
I
think there were some things that were just like, oh, that's funny, but like nose exhale. But with Silksong, there was actually times where I was like, I just loved her interactions with so many characters. I thought it was hilarious.
Does anything come to mind for? I'm just trying to think of some like a particularly funny moment.
The slaps I definitely loved.
Okay, the slaps are what I was thinking of too. It's like those are. I mean, the guy like peeking in through the bell up top as she's in the bath and then she slaps him. That was good stuff for sure. That was good personality. And by the way, I love that Hornet's personality is like in the journal or whatever. She's like, she is like a god that like she feels it is her right to judge who lives and who dies in this world. She's like, I am a god. I like fuzzy things. I hate spiky things. I hate gross things. She says about like the grubs, like I cannot wait to end their entire bloodline. It's so sick. I can't wait for them all to be dead in the what's it called? In the not the cradle, the slab, the jailhouse place. Yeah.
I love that
hilarious.
She just takes no shit. Like. She is all about. She's strictly down to business. She thinks she's better than you, and she probably is.
And she literally is. She literally is. Yeah, it's great. It's great. She's hilarious. And by the way, it just makes sense. Like she is like she lives like I don't know. She's been alive for like 1,000 years or something.
She's fucking old.
She's old. Yeah. She's super well trained. She's powerful. She's experienced. You know, she knows everything. So yeah, Hornet's great. Hornet's great.
Also, the ending felt different because. Whenever you pick an ending in Holland, it's like obviously there is like the true one or whatever, but like when it comes to Hornet, it's like, hey, is Hornet this like god being that wants to fucking rule the place, becomes like the new Silkmar or whatever the fuck, or like when you go to the true ending and she's like, actually, I don't want to do that. I want to do my own way, please. I will just kill God again.
Yeah. She takes the strong, independent woman route in the true ending, no doubt about it. And that pretty, like, okay. I know they said at the end of Hollow Knight 1 that, like, all the endings are, like, equally
They're not.
canon, and you can decide which of them is true. I mean, that's not really true, especially with Silksong. Yeah, I mean, look, it was... I would even say, if that's true, that means that, like, for some of those endings, all of Silksong cannot be canon, which you can say if you want. You could, like, say that in your head, that I think Silksong isn't canon, because my preferred ending is correct. So, I'm willing to indulge that if somebody wants to say that. But, nah, come. There's a real ending. You save Lace, and it's you have a you travel around and do fun stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know, the one that makes the knight into the Void Lord. That's the one I'm going with, man. I don't care what else happens.
Yeah. I guess even within that, like the Everbloom is there for one, and the Everbloom isn't there for the other. So like that's a slight difference, I guess. Whatever the fuck that meant.
I think the difference is like one of them is alive or something. But no, like there is obviously like this. Oh, the ending of the game is not the one where you. The ending in Hollow Knight where like you kill the dude and Hornet is trapped with you and it's just the worst thing
that
ever.
Can't be true.
Literally impossible.
Okay, all right. Here's the Steel Man. The bugs from Farloom busted Hornet out of that darkness cage. They freed her and put her in the cage, and they brought her to Farloom. So it's those Giga Chad cleric, bugs from the beginning. Yep. They did it. They've got god powers. They freed her from the darkness of the Black Egg or whatever. And
and how did the Knight show up there as the Void Lord? How did he do that?
That's a good. Well, he just kind of figured it out, Unrelatedly, he figured it out later on. Don't worry about it.
Honestly, the part that I was like not disappointed about, but and one of the endings, the true ending in Hollow Knight, like the Hollow Knight. The old one.
Yes, the guy, the big boy.
Yeah, steps into the room and like Hornet like draws her needle. I wanted to see what happened.
What the hell? That's the last we saw of Hornet, as I recall, like from the ending. Yeah. So like, what is going on there? Where is the Hollow Knight? And for the record, at the end of by the way, spoilers everywhere, people. I mean, sorry if you already missed that, but
if you click this without knowing what happened in these games,
it's on you. It's on you. Buyer beware. But so. Like, we know for a fact, because we see him at the end of Silksong, that he's in the Abyss with the Knight and the rest of the siblings. Like, he's in the background. I am right about that, right? Doesn't he, like, appear with everybody in the Abyss? Am I wrong?
I don't think we see him.
Maybe I'm wrong about that, actually.
Yeah, I think we only see the Knight. Yeah, we don't see the
All right, I'm going to check this during the edit to confirm if I'm right or wrong, and I'll let the world know.
If you are right, please tell me, because I was too busy fanboying out over seeing the Void Lord Knight.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was obviously cool. Okay, but I got to point out, like, so isn't he supposed to be master of all the Void? How come he was like murdering, Hornet like 2 seconds ago? What's up with that, big guy? I thought you were master of the Void.
Lace is very convincing.
I am ripping this off from Mossbag, who brought this up in his video. But like, that's a pretty good point.
It was a bit. He stopped the Void, dude. He stopped.
But why was it fighting in the first place? Okay, before she ever had the Everbloom, when you jump in the Void, it just kills her. She just dies right away. What's going on there, big guy? Come on, Knight. Why are you attacking Hornet when she jumps in your abyss?
Nate. The way I think of it, because I did also watch that video, the way I think of it is like, the Void is this spooky, scary, evil, just straight up like a destructive thing.
Yeah,
the Knight has control over it. In the sense
limited
of like...
control? Is that the idea?
Yeah, he just has control. He doesn't like... The Void isn't suddenly nice. He's just like...
So he can control it, like, selectively.
Yeah.
But he's not... But it's just that the description says, like, Void given focus, as if, like... There now is like a consciousness that possesses the entirety of the Void, but maybe that's not really
is what
true.
I assume. And also, the ending of Hollow Knight, it's like once all of the stuff happens, what happens to the Void? It recedes back into its, the dark cavernous.
Yeah.
So yeah.
See, my thought
presumably,
is that
the way I interpreted the ending was like,
yeah. Go on, what do you think?
No, yeah, you're right. My thought is that Team Cherry wasn't actually going to have Void there at all, and it was just going to be all Silk, but then they realized the whole screen would just be white, and they don't want to flashbang people, so they just...
so true.
That's probably it.
So true.
Well, I mean, there's lore that it seems that the entire universe of Hollow Knight has, like, the abyss beneath it now.
Yeah.
This appears to be the lore, right?
Yeah. I think Void given focus literally mean that, like, he's there, he can control it, but it's not like he's suddenly the abyss isn't there and isn't gonna kill or swallow people or destroy them.
Well, I guess it was sort of a question. So is the knight as he exists as like the the big scary knight version from like the real endings or the best endings or whatever? Like, is he like a separate entity of Void that isn't like literally the same thing as the rest of the Abyss? Or is he master of the Abyss? He like is the embodiment and has like literally mastered all of it. Because I could see like the Collector is like an Abyss guy that's like separate. I mean, like there's lots of Abyss dudes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My interpretation, and I think we can just go one by one and see what we think. My interpretation of that is like the Knight, the Void is being controlled because the Knight is the closest thing to the Hollow Knight, and also because. Obviously, as we see in all of the endings, all of the dead siblings, including the Hollow Knight, also rises up to fight with him. So it's like all these souls with this one intention to destroy their Radiant. Kind of like, Real came in to get a power of friendship style to do it in that moment. Indeed. Yeah. And I think after that, their souls rested in peace. And then years or whatever later, when Hornet was about to die, they wanted to save their sister. So they did that. The same way they helped the Knight against the Radiant.
And so the way you're describing it is that they're like sort of separate consciousnesses within the Abyss.
Yeah.
Which seems to be what is happening here. So
that would probably
case
be pretty
fucking
close to my interpretation as well. Because it's like, unless the Knight has a specific goal, like he can control it, but that doesn't mean he is always controlling it. Does that make sense? So it's like,
I mean, that clearly is the case.
If he sees Hornet, he's like, oh, I can do something about that. But before that, he's like, I don't give a shit. They're doing whatever, man. I don't know.
Also, I think it's also like thematically like parallels. Original Hollow Knight, obviously, the Knight goes in to fight the Radiant. At first, the corrupted Hollow Knight helps him and starts stabbing himself. Then Hornet shows up to help him and get him like into the mind of the Radiant. Then the souls of the dead siblings also rise up to help him. And in the next game, they do the same thing to Hornets. Yeah. So
I mean, obviously, yes, it's a parallel. It's cool. Everyone was happy to see the Knight at the end. Very fun, very epic. So nicely done. Good aura. Lots of aura in there. So there you go.
Now the steel people that can see the future. Now that's like a thing. I don't even know what it's about.
Well, like the Steel City dudes. I mean, that's a whole thing. That's more. I mean, there's probably going to be DLC about those guys, is what it like seems like based on the stuff they've been saying. So I'm stoked for that. Obviously, very excited about the watery one. What's it called? Sea of Sorrow. Sea of Sorrow. Yeah, stoked for that. Well, hey, let me give a brief recap to the story for people that don't know. I'm just gonna run down some bullet points here. So for anybody that doesn't know, just generally what happens in the game, you're just listening. I suppose we're doing a little bit out of order here, but who cares? Figure it out, people. Or listen to something else. Or die. Your choice. Or go to patreon.com/internetgenius and get all kinds of bonus content. That sounds fun to me. That's what I would do personally. All right, so what is happening in Silksong? What's the deal? I'm assuming you've played Hollow Knight or whatever. There was Hornet in that game, and now she's here. She traveled. There you go. All right, so here's what happens. Hornet is being brought to Farloom in some sort of capture-y device. Okay, what's going on with that? Some sort of fly touches her and she breaks out. That's epic. And now she's like, I gotta find out why I was kidnapped and brought here. What's the deal? What's like the whole plot line of what's happening here? By the way, guys, if I'm forgetting something, you want to add something, feel free to jump in. That's perfectly fine. Roger. So she's just on a quest to find out like why she was kidnapped and what's going on at this place. And around her, as she's like exploring and stuff, there's all these pilgrims that are like, yo, we're headed to the Citadel to like praise up big style, because like that's just what you do. I'm actually a little unclear on exactly why the pilgrims are like so pulled to the Citadel. Anyone have any like thoughts or theories about? Is it like the song that it plays that like draws them? Is it like the promise of employment? Is that what it is?
I think it might just be that's what all their elders do. That's what it seems, they're born with that purpose, so they don't even question it.
Plus there's like the religious thing going on, obviously, that like they, I guess, worship silk or something.
I think we can get to the religious thing way after that. I think it's in Hollow Knight, in general, there is this concept that these pale beings, these gods, do just, their existence attracts lesser bugs, because that gives them more consciousness or more vibes.
I was going to say that maybe the Citadel itself, I mean, it's like a mountain or like just like a giant obelisk, and people are just like attracted to like the castle on the horizon or like the big thing that exists around here.
Literally God is present, his divine nature like pulls you towards him.
I can't wait
Indeed.
for the comment that's like, actually the bug that's in the third room of Bone Bottom when you play the needle in next to it tells you exactly all the answers to these questions.
That's probably true, man.
Honestly,
There's a
I'll
lot
be
of that.
real with you. If that happens, hey man, I'm not a lore expert. I cannot claim that, but
Feel free to correct me in the comments, people. But like, I did watch like a little bit of stuff about this. And plus, I played the game. I remember I was just playing it again. So yeah, feel free to correct me in the comments. Do whatever you got to do. But okay, so but on the way there, you know, Hornet's like, okay, I guess I'll travel to the Citadel. It seems important, blah, blah, blah. And there are people that get in my way, and I'll just kill them, and, you know, because that's what Hornet does. But then there's also, like, nice people that she meets along the way that are like, hey, I hate the Citadel for, like, this particular reason. Like, they, like, killed my village or something, like bugs from the Citadel. So I'm going to quest to kill them, too. And so, boom, there you got some friends that Hornet makes along the way. Okay, but, so she immediately encounters silk zombies everywhere. Like, this is the main thing. There's just insane bugs that are going sicko mode, that seem to have silk around them or whatever. They're clearly, like, zombies, and, I mean, this is, whatever. It's, like, you'll find out later, but, like, they're possessed by magic silk stuff, which, eventually, I mean, this is way later, but, like, you eventually find it all stems from the origin point of the pale being at the top of all of this, Grandmother Silk, who is a big otherworldly silk being. She's not like a spider. She's like pure silk or whatever. And it just like, it's, you know, Grandmother Silk kind of bothers me, I will say, because the Pale King in the first game is like a giant pale worm. Okay, sure, he's like magical and mythical and giant, but like, okay, a worm is still like a bug. Yep. But what even is Grandmother Silk? Like a literally divine being of silk? What is she actually? Does anyone, and this ties into like a criticism that I kind of have later, but do you guys have any like thoughts on what she is?
I actually
Is she a spider?
I mean, if somebody was able to point out that she was, I wouldn't be like shocked. But yeah, I actually didn't think about what she was. What she is a goated boss fight. But
Team Cherry,
Team Cherry,
please respond.
Okay.
What's that?
What she is a fucking insanely good design. No, but
I do love how she looks. Yeah, yeah.
Isn't the Pale King not a... He's like a worm, like a W-Y.
He was a giant worm, a giant literal worm. Like,
No.
Yeah.
W-Y-R-M, as in like the dragon worm.
Yes, but he is shaped like a... I mean, he's like a super worm. He's got spikes, and he doesn't look like a real worm in real life. Yeah.
Nate, specifically, W-Y-R-M is like a dragon thing. It's like not a real creature.
Right.
Yeah.
That is true. It's like a mythological worm. That's basically true, yes.
Yeah, so...
Because he's not a dragon. He's not literally a dragon. He is like an earthworm, but just magic and spiky. So that, you know.
I think he's literally a dragon, though.
Okay, all right. Let's grant you that he's a magic worm.
He's
dragon.
literally a dragon,
Fine.
though. That is
he's
what
obviously
means.
magic and special. That's true.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with Grandmother Silk then? What is she?
Okay, if the dude is a dragon, kind of, what is... Honestly, I'm
Is she
literally
like a
Googling
magic
right now.
I mean, look, she's obviously kind of spidery because she has silk, right? So like that's obviously happening. But beyond that, she's got her big like fat ass. She's got claws.
I think the 8 arms implies that she might be like half silk, half spider.
Yeah, okay. I guess so. If the Pale King is like a magic super worm dragon man, I guess she's probably just like a magic super spider woman. And why she is literally magic and stuff isn't really something we need to know. That just like is happening in this world, and she's like a next level being beyond everybody else. She's pale. Pale means godlike or whatever. Not like, I guess not like literally a god, but you know, I think there's a debate to be had that in this world they basically are gods.
Yeah,
like
she's
they
a
are
higher being,
superior.
for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So, in fact, let me just look at this picture of her. Grandmother Silk. I forgot if she had 8 arms or not. Does she have 8 arms? Is that real?
She is referred to as the Weaver Queen, so I think she actually is a spider.
That might be more of like a title than anything else,
Yeah,
because she's
that's
not like literally a weaver. And by the way, she does not have 8 arms. I'm double checking here. She's got 2 arms and like a little hook.
When you get hit by the thread attack where it does 3 damage.
You're right.
She does have 8 arms. Yep.
Frick. Okay, all right. You win. Okay. All right.
Nate, I'm sorry because I'm Googling it. No, she's a pale being. She's a humanoid, like spider creature that is silk itself. Same with the Pale King, who's like a worm, aka like a literal, like actual, like mythological dragon-esque creature. So, yeah.
Okay. And by the way, it's very clear that like Grandmother Silk, like she is designed to look like like a spool of silk or like a
Yes.
spool of thread, or like that's the needle stuff around her, and she's like, that's like her bulb. It's like a wrap thing of silk. So, okay, again, look, I'm not stupid, people. I'm the smartest man in the world. Obviously, that's why we have this podcast. So I understand that she's obviously spider themed and silk themed, but like. It makes you wonder what she is, in fact, just like with the Pale King.
I mean, here's the thing. Would you call the Radiant a moth? Because she isn't a moth. She's like also
she's moth-like, in many ways.
Same
But
way
you're
that
right.
She definitely takes the appearance of a moth, like a light
of a
moth.
moth-ish, yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think the Pale King is like a worm. He's like a dragonish. Radiant is like a humanoid moth. Same with Mother Silk, which is just a humanoid spiderish.
Okay, it's just that she looks the least like the bug thing that she
yeah.
is. But I will grant you, the 8 arms is a pretty clear sign of, spidery type
actually,
shit.
we do get something, which is like the spiders are the closest thing to her. Like when she made spiders, she was like, these are like my daughters. These are the closest creatures to me.
You're right, and she did evolve them personally. Like she guided, as we see with the sinner, the last sinner, whatever. She like evolved a little spidery dude into the Weavers. At least that appears to be the implication. And so, she's like their ancestor or whatever. So,
There
I mean,
actually
there's
a few of these Reddit posts of people asking the exact same question, and a lot of people seem to be coming to the conclusion that she is just the embodiment of silk.
Silk, yeah.
Yeah, right. She's clearly a condensed being that exists of silk, and we don't really need to know why. And frankly, I don't care why. I like just divine mysteries in stories.
Yeah.
But, you're obviously supposed to kind of think about it a little bit, because she's like the center of the entire narrative. So, there you
She's
go. Grandmother
sick.
Silk. She is
Honestly,
totally sick. Her design is probably the best design in the entire game. It
might
looks
be.
fantastic.
I'm not going to argue.
honestly, Nate, this line of questioning has made me actually like, okay, hold up a minute. Mother Silk, Spider-ish, she is Silk personified. That's cool. Radiant, she's literally light.
Moth
Or like,
light. Yeah, right.
What the fuck is the Pale King, though? Like, what the elemental? What is that?
A earthworm. He's an earthworm.
Saw
He
blade.
built the kingdom. He's earth elemental. That's what I'm going with. He's very light coated though. He like shines with light all the time and stuff. So I don't know. I don't think he has like a defined element. Even though the other two do seem to kind
The
of
other
have
two
like,
dudes
a
just have
defined
that.
element.
Dude, hold up a minute. Fucking the mother, the tree lady, whatever the fuck that is. What's her name?
Oh, his wife.
White
the-
lady, yeah.
Yeah, the white lady.
The white lady is also like, forest, tree, nature. What the fuck is he, though? He's actually like so specifically not like the other
He's
tree.
just a rambler.
He's
just a rambler.
deadbeat dad who went out for cigarettes and never returned.
Yeah, he sure is. He sure is.
Like the more I'm
relate to
thinking
that.
about this, the more I'm like, actually, all of them are kind of like fitting together, except him. He's the weird one.
Okay, here's my curveball. Here's my cope. He's like a god of intelligence. He's like, he put it all into int stats because they say that like he grants intelligence to like the people in his kingdom, which by the way, sort of strange because like we do know that there are bugs outside of Hallownest that have intelligence, like Zote, like is just as one example. But what's this deal with like you're supposed to be granted intelligence like by being in Hallownest? Is that true or is that not true? I'm really unclear on what that means.
I think that's contentious. And
Maybe
I
it's
think
like he grants like further, like you go like you go beyond if you're in Hallownest and you have like the blessing of the king.
Yeah.
He doesn't like make you go from literally 0 to 100 or whatever, but you could go from like 100 to 150 or something like that with I don't know. I'm totally spitballing here.
Like, how are the bugs in Farloom, like, intelligent? Like,
Yeah.
They're apparently just intelligent. I guess they just have I don't know.
So he took the bummiest civilization of Hallownest and turned them into, into intelligent
It seems to be it, yeah.
Fucking
Hallownest is
mechanical
way less
engineers.
developed. I mean, they're clearly way smarter in Farloom with all the technology they've got as
absolutely.
opposed to Hallownest.
Here's what I think it is. I think Hollow Knight was made because I do literally remember the dialogue lines about like Hallownest, like the last kingdom, the place that gives bugs like sentience and all of that. And that's like not the case because Farloom
It's
exists.
not the case anymore, that's for sure.
Also, other places exist. Like we know
in Hollow Knight 1, we know that isn't the case. There's multiple people from outside
well,
Hallownest that have intelligence.
which
So,
is
I don't know.
a little bit about. I think the implication that I've managed to gather from people talking about was just like it's less Hallownest and more just like the pale beings, their existence. Like if you're in their vicinity,
Yes.
you can evolve like a Pokemon.
That makes sense to me. I think that does make sense. Yeah.
Well, also,
all right. So, yeah, go ahead.
So in this whole like people from outside of Hollowness being, Grimm is a traveler,
Right,
like,
the whole
Yeah,
Grim
where
troop.
the fuck does he
Yeah.
go?
Right. Well,
Yeah,
they
is
I mean,
he a pale
in
being?
Hollow Knight or in Silksong, now we know that there's like the City of Steel. There's a bunch of other places listed like in the Cradle when you talk to the stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they say like, oh, we gathered bugs from here, 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 here. Clearly, there's other civilizations out there. So, and hopefully, we'll travel to some of them in DLC and future games. That would be fun.
in a submarine. If
in a
you've
submarine.
seen that leaked video,
I didn't see a leaked video. Ooh, I should check that out.
it was like it's like in the game files before they even announced Sea of Sorrow. There was like a short little clip that's going to be like the cutscene that plays whenever you use the fast travel.
Ooh,
Yo,
dude, I gotta look that up.
sick.
I had no idea. How did I not know about that? That's crazy. I gotta check that out. Okay, okay, more. So Grandmother Silk, big thing to talk about. Okay, but I'm just going through the list here. So boom, you're wandering around Hollow Nest, Farloom, excuse me, and you're traveling to the Citadel, trying to do stuff. On your way there, you encounter Lace, a girl made of silk. What's up with that? We'll find out later. You find like remnants of the Weavers. What are the Weavers? My mom was a Weaver, even though Hera doesn't look anything like the other Weavers. She clearly was one, though, because you're a silk-having spider lady, and she's your mom. So there you go. So there's... And like, a bunch of them stayed behind in Hollow Nest and are, like, giving Hornet their powers because they wanted, like, some... one of, like, the Weaver descendants to, like, return and to, like, save them from Grandmother Silk or something like that. A bunch of them apparently... So the Weavers are obviously, like, very interesting characters here. So they appear to have been created by Grandmother Silk. They were, like, kind of the people in charge, I guess directly under Grandmother Silk here in Farloom. But then they started doing this, like, song thing that clearly puts Grandmother Silk to sleep. Because I guess they don't want her awake so that, like, they can be in charge. And, like, they're currently, like, afraid that she's going to wake up. And they ran away from Farloom because they're afraid that she's going to wake up and that, like, their song can't contain her any longer. So what's going on there? Why are they, like, not chill with Grandmother Silk? Do they, like, get to... Yeah, go on, Noni.
Control. I think there's specific details that she, like... They didn't want to be controlled by Grandmother Silk.
That sounds right, yeah.
It's just like... she's a god. She's, I mean, you know, malevolent or benevolent is hard to tell or whatever.
Hard to say. Yep.
What?
Do they need a silk being to exist, but don't want her to be awake and controlling?
That seems to be the case because they're clearly drawing silk from her cocoon and like use it for all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
At least that might just be the modern ones though, because the Weavers can make their own silk at least because they are, you know, silk beings descended from her. So maybe they don't need it, but the current bugs in charge do need her. I don't know.
The way I get it is this. She made them. They want, you know, look classic, my freedom. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, we gotta make the
Big
sun.
theme here.
And then they're sitting around and be like, guys, we can't keep going with the sun. You know what? We'll build fucking Farloom, this giant, like, insane, you know, steel machine to do this. And we
the whole Citadel of Song appears designed to like make the music to keep her asleep.
And then they just like left other bugs in charge, and then the Weavers fucking scattered to do their thing. And, you know, shit went sideways because when they left, it's like, cool, the sun is weakening. We gotta get more authoritarian. We're gonna get more brutal, more insane. We gotta keep the sun going because if God wakes up, she gonna kill us all.
Indeed. Although, I mean, I guess I kind of wonder about that. Like, why can't they just give Grandmother Silk a chance? Give her a chance. Maybe she'll be nice. And I guess you don't want to roll the dice on something like that.
Right, you're wrong. And things go
if you're wrong,
really
the consequences will never be the same. Yeah,
if you're wrong about that one, you're dead because she's God's.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Although you, Hornet, kill her. So how strong could you to be fair, no. In some of the endings, you do kill her. And I guess she's a descendant. She's like half worm also, so Hornet's OP. And I guess that's the whole point. You, Hornet, are the big dick on campus that shows back up and sort this problem out that nobody else could.
I mean, here's the thing. In a similar fashion, though, if we really want to like get weird power level with it,
let's power scale.
Let's power scale. Here's the thing. The Hollow Knights kills quote unquote the Radiance, but like he just submerges it into the void, like fully, just like he doesn't like beat it in a fight. He has to like summon the void to kick its ass. Similar with Hornet, which either does one of two things, which is A, kill her, absorb her power, become God, or send her to the void.
You're right. I guess so. Yeah, she does absorb her in that ending, and so like maybe it might be implied that like Grandmother Silk is gonna kind of still live on, like embodied in Hornet in some way, who like obviously becomes more spider-like with like the more legs and stuff. So
there is another ending that was cut from the game,
right?
Where instead of Hornet absorbing Grandmother Silk, she kind of submits herself to be absorbed by Grandmother Silk, and then Hornet like offers her power to her, I guess, and they become one.
And that is cut content, but its existence kind of does imply that the ending where you just defeat and absorb her is more like, no, it's still Hornet. She just like has embodied the role, I guess, of Grandmother Silk to some degree, which probably will change Hornet. But go on, honey.
Actually, I think it is cut content, but I think it is pretty poignant because when you want to go on the path to the true ending, you get all like those flashbacks of like Hornet's purpose and all of that, and like when Hornet makes the choice to go for that true ending, she's like, I don't want to like submit to my instinct as a like conqueror,
Right. She wants to do freedom stuff.
Yeah, I want to do freedom stuff because, presumably she remembers the word of her mom, and also she's been through Farloom, and she's like, this shit sucks. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I would like to make a defense for the industry and the existence of the Citadel and it's like the underworks and all that stuff. These were bugs with employment, okay? They were fucking around, digging little holes, doing fuck all until the benevolent Citadel came along and gave them. I mean, I never met this guy, but I've been meaning to go encounter him in the game. Loam, like that one NPC that just runs on the treadmill, and you could run on the treadmill. It gives you like one rosary every 10 1 shekel every 10 seconds or however long it is. That's hilarious. And he's like, I'm a good boy, I'm just running for the Citadel, gotta do it for Grandmother Silk and the Weavers, or the bugs are in charge, I don't know, what are they called, the conductors, the conductors and the other boys in charge. That's my guy right there. Dude, that's me. I'm a happy little cog running on my treadmill. What could be better than this, man? What's that? I'm dying? Oh no, I'm dead. It's okay, guys. Grandmother Silk will possess my corpse and keep me running. I love being an industrious cog in the machine. It feels good to be a part of something bigger than yourself, folks. That's all I'm saying. So don't knock it till you tried it.
Nate Bestman going against the row fight the power. What a day.
Truly.
Hey, you gotta consider your options. Even Simone said at the end of the day, we can't fight against the laws of the universe. Yeah. And I'm just saying, employment's not so bad,
He did punch him in the face, though. He did, though.
He did.
But
I always thought... Go on.
I was just saying, going back to the Hornets, like, memories... dude, the red memory might be the most cinema moment of the entire game. Holy...
It was pretty good.
Just couldn't believe, like... I mean, obviously there was a bit of like, oh look, it's like the elevator in City of Tears. That was cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just like it just felt like such a big moment. I love that whole section.
Yes.
I did like the exactly one drop of the word Hollow Nest in the entire game. When Hornet's like, I am a child of Hollow Nest, and I are Hollow Nest, and it's goated.
It was really funny to just hear Hornets be like, you guys sucked at this. You guys sucked. I'm better than you. Literally to the fucking Pale Mana. It was like, I am gonna be based and Pale that I'm gonna make this work.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. I will say though that like it's interesting that Hera would be like, yeah, you should like do whatever you want and not like enslave yourself to a system that isn't serving you, when like Hera literally chose to become like a dream slave to like, and Hera's ultimate goal or ultimate purpose was she made that deal. She sacrificed her own life to be given a child of of the king, of the Pale King. And I just think that's an interesting, obviously that's a mother pilled moment right there. She's like, okay, I'll die, and now we know more about Weavers, which this was like kind of implied in the original game, or maybe it wasn't. Actually, why were there so many fucking little weavers running around in the original game if it's so hard for them to breed and sneed? It doesn't.
I think
Team,
they have, like, a
Team
different-
Cherry, buddy.
I think those little guys are like slightly like different-ish or something.
I guess they could be different. They sure
Yeah.
look similar, but I guess they could be different.
I think there is like one weaver that if you like clip, like if you clip through the walls, you can see like one weaver somewhere.
Wait, no, I got it. It's that in Farloom, they've got a what's it, like the birth rates are plummeting for the weavers due to screen addiction, due to women in the workforce in Farloom. But Based Hollownest said, no, we're knocking that shit off. And they just brought it back to the Stone Age, baby, when the reproductive rates were through the roof. So thank you, Hollownest.
I want to
You've done it again.
I want to fucking defend Harrow's choice specifically because I think it makes sense in the sense
I
of
respect
like,
her choice, man. I respect it. I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's not. She didn't do the same thing that Hornet's doing. But
Yeah, no,
go on.
Like, I think if you think of it this way, Hera Weaver, born to God, and she's like, fuck that bitch. I want my freedom. You know, moves
Yeah.
into another kingdom. Damn, the kingdom is gonna be destroyed. Gotta save my kingdom. I'm the queen. I'm a responsible adult. You know what I mean? I think maybe the irony isn't. Maybe the irony
but Hornet's
isn't
been
lost
alive for like 1,000 years, though. So again, Hornet's very insistent. I am not a dude. She has taken lovers. Okay, she has taken mates in the past.
Yeah,
this
there's
is
an
canon.
S on there. It's plural.
Yeah,
It is
this is no child that hasn't been through the ringer of life a few times.
but yeah.
I'm just saying.
To Hera's point, it's like I think maybe the irony of like, hey Hornet, yeah, you have responsibility, defeat Grammar Silk, do whatever, but also remember, be freedom pilled because we were freedom pilled. That was the original goal, is to be freedom pilled.
I guess that's true. That's the whole I guess the question, like, why did the Weavers make their deal from whatever that place was called in Hollownest with the king? I guess it was. Well, I guess they really were an independent kingdom. They just made this one deal about like defeating the Radiance basically, and being a dreamer to keep the Radiance like suppressed via the Hollow Knight. Right?
Yeah.
That sound right?
Also.
Yeah. Okay.
The other thing about their deal, they expected the Pale King to actually like do the thing, to actually figure it out. He
did his best. Okay, he was working hard overtime.
Obviously. I don't think
Sometimes things don't work out.
sometimes things don't work out. Maybe like making the Hollow Knight was the mistake. Maybe after like
Dude,
Child
no.
1000.
The problem was, we all know that the problem with the Hollow Knight is that he was not pure enough, okay? He did not stay based and chastity pilled. He was thinking impure thoughts. He allowed the void to creep in. He was like, what if I logged into Pornhub.com one time? No, it was all over from the second that thought crept into his mind. Base Knight would never do such a thing. Not in his life.
Base Knight, the entire story is about he's not actually hollow enough. He's also
the Hollow
not
Knight
the
is literally not hollow enough. It's true.
nobody
The Knight
can
is,
be.
though.
Literally nobody can be.
Although, you know what? I actually, it's not like the Knight, rather, the player character. It's actually unconfirmed whether or not he would have been like a vessel for containing the Radiance. That's not like relevant to the plot exactly. We just know that this whole containment angle did not work, even with a very good, if imperfect, vessel of the Hollow Knight. You just gotta kill the guy. We just gotta kill him. And that's what they did.
I think they implied that even if it was a perfect no thoughts being, maybe that's still not enough to contain it. Like maybe nothing can ever contain it permanently. Maybe eventually it would all break down. So I'll
just say, out of interest, because there's the version that's called like the Pure Knight from the final DLC. That's like the white silver version of the Hollow Knight, right?
Oh,
that's
Pure
like
Vessel.
The Pure Vessel. If like cosmically, if the Pure Vessel served as the container, I wonder if like that would have worked to contain the.
I think the game is like I think the game is pretty clear that the containment plan is flawed because you're trying to create a creature.
Well, the Hollow Knight was flawed. He was not he was not staying pure. He took off his purity ring. That was the problem right there.
He said "dad" one time, and it was Joe.
It fucking was Joe,
cool,
but for
man.
like the cosmos. No, I think the game hammers in that like the king's intention to create this like being without a will, but somehow also like trap it in eternal. Like, hey, dude, you're gonna be stuck in an eternal mental fight with a evil god. And
Yeah.
it was flawed. I
guess
think.
the plot of the main game is basically one big Mike from Breaking Bad going, Walter, no half measures, Walter. You took a half measure when you should have gone all the way.
You should have gone all the way.
Should have gone all the way. Just should have wormed to Moth, kicked its fucking ass, and sent it to the abyss where it belongs. But yeah, they did all these cope strategies. Never take the cope strat, folks. You gotta face it head on.
I don't want to
Kill
say
'em.
this. I don't want to say this, but I do think it's funny. The King plan did literally work at the end because the only reason they won is because there was the void was so corrupted with so many dead fucking children that they
yes.
we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it.
There's few problems that throwing infinite dead aborted babies at will not solve. That's
but
really
this
the
was
go-to
not one
strat.
of them. This was not of them.
It worked. It worked like a charm. Dude, you gotta thank the Pale King. Everything that the player character does and the Hollow Knight did is the result of the Pale... Dude, people dog on the Pale King all day long. It literally worked. Not exactly the way he planned, but see, that's the thing. The Pale King was out there making money moves, making shit happen, and some of those plans eventually did work out, and that's what counts, baby.
They
Fall
worked in an
7
insane
times,
way.
get up 8, you know? That's what it is.
In an absolutely insane way that...
Hey, sometimes you got to play insane games to win insane prizes, and that's what he did.
He didn't put all of his eggs in one basket. If you put your eggs
Exactly.
in 40,000 baskets, eventually
One of them's gonna be the best. Yeah, there you go. We stand the Pale King on this. Dude, definitely an honorary internet genius, the Pale King, without question. One of the smartest in the game. Welcome to the club, buddy. We love
the same level of competence as any internet genius, for sure.
Indeed.
I want to say...
We're not perfect. We're just the best there is.
Absolutely. Speaking of just original Hollow Knight, I just love the fucking... One of my favorite moments is the Hollow Knight descending down the void and seeing like the memory of him climbing up to see like his fucking dad close the door on him. That was like fucking Kino as hell.
It was extremely Kino. I think we can all agree on that. Hollow Knight 1 was fantastic, obviously.
It was also a good litmus test for if you know that somebody you know is stupid, because the amount of people that didn't understand that was the Hollow Knight that looked back and saw you fall when you're like hanging on the edge. Like the amount of people I saw that just didn't get it, I was like, okay, well, there's no hope for you. That's okay.
I have one like lore question about that. Like, okay, that's a memory. What my question is, like, so did these events literally happen of like your particular avatar like following them and like the guy looked back? Did that happen in like the actual past, or is that like just this memory version that's a little different? You think that literally happened?
I think it literally happened. I think seeing his dad abandon him, which would explain because like. He's like, how are you alive? Like, the vessels are all supposed to be dead.
Okay, maybe I'm totally stupid here, but like, how the hell did the knight get to like the start of the game if he's like supposed to be in the abyss dead? What's he doing out there? Like wandering around?
I never understood, and
I do not know. Maybe he just like dug through the dirt. He found like a crack in the dirt and escaped.
Here is the actual thing that I think is the canon reason. Hey man, the Abyss has a lot of entrances and a lot of waterways, and also...
That's true.
And also in the game, he's not the only vessel to escape. We know that the Hornet has killed a lot of vessels.
Right. I mean, you fight several of them. Like, there's the, the possessed one. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm just curious how he ended up over in the Howling Cliffs, like, and then dropped down into King's Pass. Like, I think that was a gameplay decision rather than a story decision. They were just like, I don't think about it.
Probably, but like, what? Didn't the comics like? I never read the comics. But wasn't there a thing of like he was like wandering the wastes or something? Like he just was somewhere and then like wandered his way back to Hollow Nest eventually at some point.
Oh, I've only ever seen the Coral one. I didn't know there was more. I thought
I could be totally wrong. I have no idea. I did not read them. So
the Coral comic is sick. It's actually super worth seeing because it's just him interacting with Hornet and they like square off for a second. It's pretty sick.
Dude, help me out. What happened to Coral at the end? You meet him at the Pale Lake or the Blue Lake. That was awesome. And I think that's just like the last time we see him, right?
He dies.
Does he kill himself right there or something?
Yeah, he basically accepts that was his entire purpose and he is complete and that's like implied that he's gonna either die there or kill himself there, one or the other.
Bruh, Ripperoni Coral, you were a real one, buddy. Absolute gangster. Okay, hey, let's just, I mean, whatever. We kind of went over the plot here, but just last couple of details here. I mean, we can talk about whatever we want, but like, So we talked about like a bunch of the endings already. Hey, how about that parasite ending, which I did get and was totally cool, where you get this parasite in your body, you can get it removed and you get like the witch crest or whatever it is. But if you don't do that and you defeat Grandmother Silk with this like horrible parasite still in your body, it like merges you, Grandmother Silk, and the parasite, and seems to like turn the whole world into like a new like plant monster realm or something. Seems sick. Seems totally awesome. I want to play the world. I want the next game to make that the canon ending, where like you're in the plant world of something.
I want to see that as long as I don't have to use Witchcrest. Then I'm happy.
That's a great point. Fuck Witchcrest. All my homies hate Witchcrest. I guess it's all right. Let me see. Other things. Let me see. So there's the snails. Okay, I have the snails written down here. So those sneaky ass snails. Okay, I guess this is just about like how we get to like the true ending. All right, so you get through Act 2. You're in the Citadel doing all your stuff. You get to Grandmother Silk and you can beat her. Okay, but, and this is cool. I always love like a gameplay reason for this stuff. If you have helped enough dudes around the world, then one of these guys that turns out to be a snail shaman guy is like, I think this lady here might be like powerful enough or like good enough to be entrusted with our potential solution that'll like make this whole problem go away. And so like he gives you like void powers, you go get this crest, whatever, like some Weaver tech stuff, and you use it. And you don't know this ahead of time, but like you're like, okay, do this, it'll kill Grandmother Silk. Okay, great. Turns out, yes, it's sucking Grandmother Silk into the abyss in a big like teleport hole, and that was gonna go just fine. That probably would have worked, except you, Hornet, get grabbed by Grandmother Silk, and Lace shows up to just like smack you. By the way, did it make anybody else amused that like, so when you defeat Lace, as you're headed up to the top of the cradle, she just lies there. And her body does not move. She's lying there the entire time. You can leave, play the entire game, go to 1,000 quests, and you come back, and Lace is still lying there. I think that's like a bug. I think that should be like changed, because that doesn't really make sense to me. That she would, like, she is alive. You can fight Grandmother Silk, like, 2 minutes later, and she's back on her feet. She would really lie there for, like, maybe it's like she was so hurt that only seeing Grandmother Silk, like, being killed or, like, being defeated, like, sparks some brain activity again. Yeah. Okay. All right. You know what? I can cope and come up with an idea. Yeah, Noni. Yeah. What do you think?
Okay. Honestly, this might be like a thing where a visual might want to cut in and like correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like you fight Silk on top of like the elevator, and then if you leave the room and come back, she's just gone.
She's not gone. Dude, I just tested it before. Look, I'll double check this. I'll put an edit if I'm wrong, but I just tested this. And look, maybe if you go do a million other things, she does disappear. But I just like did a travel. I beat her. I traveled away. I came back. She's still there.
Okay.
I'll test it again. I will go double, triple check this to make sure this is real. But I'm like 99% sure that is a fact. A certified internet genius fact.
I think they probably meant for it to be a situation where like you go sit on a bench and that like triggers her body to disappear. And then they just forgot, and she just lays there indefinitely.
This is another Team Cherry, please explain type moment here. Because I think that it's just dumb, but it was one of these like kind of cheap fake out things. I think they want you to think that she like might be dead. Is what did I kill Sil? Oh my god, no, that's crazy. But like, no, not at all, not even close. You just like knocked her out, and she's totally fine.
I don't remember exactly what she says whenever you beat her, and like, because you can't in the fight until you actually go talk to her. Yeah. Is it implied that she's like, oh, these are my last words? Or
I kind of think that it does, but whatever. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong.
I think she's like, she's made out of silk, and she's gonna run out of silk. Like, that's the thing. I think, and then Hornet is like, Lamau, we'll see about that.
Okay.
Dude, do you think in the ending, if they're like hanging out together because she needs silk, do you think she like, sucks it out of Hornet one way or another through some, thumb
many fan arts, Nate. Many fan arts and
quite
weird.
Curious. I mean, she's got to, right? She needs silk to live. What other options are there?
I think we got to do research. It's the only.
I think we got to go to rule34.com and find out. Get to the bottom of this, Mister. Very true. Very real.
It is goofy because it's like silk, what the fuck, lace. Lace.
Yeah.
Lace throughout the entire game is like child. Like that's the reference, like the words that people keep using to her. Hornet is like, I am an ancient fucking god being. I am so old, bitches.
Yeah,
and not even in the like anime. Oh, this thing that looks like a 12-year-old, but it's actually 1,000 years old. Like, not even in that way. Hornet doesn't act immature in the slightest.
No.
She
No, not at all.
constantly acts like, I am wise and old and I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I think she's just kind of short, and that's really all it comes down
fair.
to.
She really
I
hates
assume because the Pale King is short. I think that's all it is.
Holy
He gave
shit,
manlet
you're
genes to
literally
his
so
children.
right.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I
You're
guess
literally so
And-
fucking right about that.
Because he put all his stats into int. It all went into int. There was nothing left for strength or speed or height. It's all int.
And since Lace and Phantom are sisters, right?
Yep.
I guess that would imply that Phantom is the older sister, because Phantom doesn't
Yes.
act
I think so.
immature and childlike like Lace does.
Well, okay,
Yes.
let's address... I don't think that Lace is literally a child
No.
or even particularly young. I think she was just designed with a child's mind, basically.
Yeah. Yes.
And so, yeah, she
That
could be
is-
extremely old as far as we know.
She seems ignorant and like she hasn't experienced the things that would harden you like Hornet has, right?
Yeah, that's how it seems.
Yeah, I think she, if I remember, I think Mara Silk did make her with the mind of a child, but for all intents and purposes, she is also like a couple hundreds, if not, however, like a long time. Because when
Yeah,
this,
like as old as, Farloom, perhaps. I mean,
yeah,
I know. Wait. I guess I'll say this. I think that the idea is that Lace was made after the Weavers were perceived to be an imperfect, descendant of Grandmother Silk, and so Grandmother Silk was like, okay, the Weavers aren't working out. I'm gonna try a new thing, like a pure Silk child, and I think then Lace was made. So I think she's at least younger than the oldest of the Weavers.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say. Yeah.
and
That's all I know.
I mean, yeah, and I think to support that, I guess we can get into the real ending now, which is you said Lace saves your ass when you're being
Yes,
grabbed.
Lace dabs you up and knocks your ass out of there, and Lace gets grabbed instead. We find this out later, but out of sheer spite for her mother for making her frail, seems to be the complaint. Like too delicate, as in. I don't even know, because she seems pretty tough, honestly. Like, Hornet wails on her, and she seems okay, but she consistently says, I'm frail. Why did you do this to me, Mom? Or maybe it's that, she needs to suckle at the teat of
She needs
Silk
the Silk.
to,
Without the
keep
Silk, she'll
existing.
die.
Yeah,
Too reliant
that's
on it?
probably
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's probably it. So she's forever shackled to her mom's existence unless
yes.
she finds a hot new piece coming around the corner
Right
to
now.
milk endlessly. And
I
no
guess
doubt
she
they're
feels
doing
like, if Grandmother Silk just decides that she doesn't want her to exist anymore, she can, and she doesn't like
Right.
that. Like,
I assume that's. Although she's asleep right now, but I guess if she woke up, she would then decide that. So and that's happening now. So.
Also Phantom, obviously literally unraveling, literally she saw her sister literally get unraveled. That
right.
probably
Yes.
that probably
Phantom
didn't
is just
help.
like an aging version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I guess after that, Mara Silk again this is still to this day that was odd and weird and also kind of neat. Mara Silk, out of sheer mother instinct, wanting to protect Lace, that is the explicit.
The one that just
intention.
fucked her over. The one that yeah.
She fucking suddenly traps the world into the void.
Makes a cocoon so she isn't dead in the abyss. She's got that cocoon back. She's protecting herself, and then sends silk/void tendrils all throughout the surface world I assume as a means to hold on so she doesn't fall deeper into the abyss. And then also that just fucks with all of Farloom and turns everything corrupt and void pilled and bad. And so problems get 100 times worse than they were before. And not good. So
I guess I could be. I could feel free to. I mean, you can correct me. I thought she basically grabbed onto whatever she could before being pulled into the void. But just the fact that the void is now open, that on its own just decided to go all throughout Farloom, and so she's basically just holding on for dear life. Okay.
No. Okay. The thing is, she grabs the thing. When you talk to the shamans, they phrase it this way. They're like, it's because she's trying to protect the life of her child. Because otherwise she would have just succumbed to the void and just let it just absorb her or get her over or whatever. But because she's holding on, she's creating more silk, and that silk is now spreading across Farloom and just being corrupted actively.
Well, it's spreading silk everywhere, but it also has void in it. I think because this silk is bursting out from the void because of what, or from the abyss, because of what Grandmother Silk is actively doing right now.
It's like the implication was like the shamans were like, "Hey, we're gonna shove Mother Silk into the void," and she's like, "Bam, I'm defeated. It's so over for me," and that's it. But the fact that she has, her fucking daughter with her, who's also about to die, she's like, I'm gonna keep holding that door open, like, by sheer force.
And let's just note, I find that very compelling and, frankly, quite heroic of Grandmother Silk to fight so hard for the life of her daughter, who is, like, actively trying to fuck with her and, like, fuck her. But she's like, no, I'm, for whatever, like, fucked up, I don't know, what's the word, whatever kind of like toxic bond she has with her daughter, who obviously resents her and doesn't like her, she still is like, I have to save my child. This is like what my life is now about, and I'm gonna do it until I'm literally consumed by the abyss. Which I don't know if that would ever happen, but of course, you and your boys are like, okay, something has to be done about this.
Yeah,
so
the shaman.
Next. Oh, good.
The shaman asks her. The shaman are like, Hornet is like, isn't the void supposed to fucking kill her? How is she alive? And then they're like, by sheer force of will, she's generating more silk as the void is eating it.
She's
generating more spiral power.
Yeah. Literally, yes.
Literally, yes, dude. Grandmother Silk is the Simone of the Silksong universe. It's true.
The only two demonstrations of unconditional love in this series are Hera and Hornet, and Grandmother Silk and Lace.
I would argue that it's also the Pale King sharing a thought for his lowly creatures. These lowly bugs, he benevolently gives them intelligence and a world and enlightenment. What a hero. He's my hero. I love him so much.
You put him up against Radiance, anybody will look good, right?
That's certainly true. That's certainly true.
Radiance was such a freak.
Yeah. And one extended woman moment, all of Hollow Knight, just the Radiance freaks out.
Like, Mana Silk can be put to sleep, can be negotiated with, can like make her do stuff. The fucking Radiance was a menace. The Radiance was like, I am in your dreams, bro. I am immortal. It was so fucking insane.
That's extremely true. It's extremely true. All right, so boom. So that's what's happening. The world's getting actively fucked with by void silk tendrils everywhere. Things are worse than ever. So the boys, the snail boys, are like, okay, here's what you gotta do. For no particular reason, we are able to like go into your memories and pull out some real shit from there. We need to get the Everbloom out of your memory of the Everbloom, this like magic flower that, for the record, didn't operate like this at all in Hollow Knight 1, but now it does for some reason. So okay, so you need to go collect like magic hearts of like super powerful bug stuff. I'm not even clear on I guess there's just magic power in like the souls of bugs around or something. And that'll let us do this magic ritual to make the Everbloom, which will let you penetrate the abyss to get down to Grandmother Silk and like kill her and stuff. So that's what you do. So you go around, whatever, you get all your things, you do that. The snail shamans die as this is happening, so I'll give them that much. They like were willing to sacrifice their lives to like fix this huge problem. So W for them, I suppose, even though they're a bunch of fuck ups. But this like whole problem was their fault, basically. They should have like told Hornet what was going on, but they were too sneaky about it. And so there you go. You get the Everbloom out of your dream for some reason. You have the red memory, good stuff, and you plunge down into the abyss and you find the cocoon where Grandmother Silk is with Lace. And so Lace is like is gooped up with void all over her. And by the way, this is totally sick. Grandmother Silk looks so cool, like crucified with silk in the corner there.
Like
with
half black, half white.
Half black, half white. Looks so sick, man. Totally awesome. And then you fight, in my opinion, a slightly too easy final boss, because it's like it's one of these ones. It's always a tricky thing. They're doing the what do you call it? The like rival boss fight escalates. It's like Devil May Cry 3, basically. You fight the rival several times throughout the game until like the ultimate one at the end. I think it needed a little bit more stuff going on. There was a lot. There's void everywhere. You've been dodging void. It kind of leads up to this point. It definitely was good, but whatever. I wish I'd like a little bit more. Dude, when they make the pantheon of Farloom or whatever, whatever version happens there, that's probably going to be the shit that I need in my life. So, okay, there you go.
I will,
yeah, go on.
I will ask, do you think maybe that there's two things that I think are going on with feeling like Lost Place was too easy. One, when you fight Radiance in the original Hollow Knight for the first time, you haven't seen anything like her, right?
Right.
Like, none of her attacks are things you've seen before. Mm-hmm. But when you fight Lost Lace, you've already fought a version of her 2 other times and started to get comfortable with her abilities. And you have to deal with her Void version of them in Lost Lace a little differently, but you've at least seen most of her attacks, right?
Yes.
So do you think that maybe it's just it had more of a gradual build-up and you've gotten better at the game and gotten better at
definitely
her
yes.
attacks specifically? Yeah.
I think definitely yes. I think that's amazing. That's probably the number one thing. Again, some games can do this right. Devil May Cry 3 is one of them. And like the final boss is just a 1v1 Dante v Virgil, and it's totally sick, works for that game. That's great. It doesn't not work in this game. I just wanted, like you said, I wanted more novelty in the final boss, and I felt it lacking a little bit of that.
Plus, when comparing it to Carmelita, right?
Yeah, Carmelita's like kind of way better, kind of just like more exciting and unique, and
it also depends on when you find them, like. Depending on how decked out in gear you are. Because I think I found Carmelita, like, I was searching for her because I already knew of her existence before the game came out. So I beelined it to her as soon as I started Act 3, and I was not very strong.
That's going to be tough, yeah.
But I was going to leave and go get more stuff. Like, I'm here now. We're doing this.
Noni, were you saying something?
Honestly, for the game difficulty, I think it's related to this because I think Lost Lace might feel underwhelming because, quite frankly, this game has an insanely good difficulty curve and just like 50 fucking bosses. So it's like by the point you're supposed to fight her, if you've done everything, you've become a god gamer at the game. You know what I mean?
And I definitely was a god gamer when I fought her. And for the record, this problem also a little bit carries over to Grandmother Silk also. Like, you could be way underprepared for Grandmother Silk. And the thing about, like, the main game, like, final boss is, you're gonna oftentimes be, like, way overpowered when you fight her, because that needs to be a boss for the people that just, like, did the minimum amount of stuff to get to her. Grandmother Silk, aesthetically, absolutely fantastic. Love it.
But she's way too easy.
She is way too easy. Pretty much everybody agrees on that.
I was shocked. I was shocked how easy it was. Like, actually, I was like, damn.
And she really, like, there's big openings, attacks are really telegraphed, and that's
she
okay.
looks so sick.
She looks so awesome. It's fantastic. That's like, I mean, difficult is important for sure, but
it felt like I had the reverse problem of the Hollow Knight into Radiance because Lace 2 is not the hardest fight in the game, but it's definitely harder than Grandmother Silk. I think I probably took.
Well, you mean Lace 3, really? Because it's the third time you fight her, right?
I think you only fight her once in the
When you fight her in that area where you fight the, like, Chorus 4, like the big robot guy that's an optional fight, but most people I think did fight that in the first playthrough. Then you fight her again right before you fight Grandmother Silk. Okay. And then there's the Lost Lace fight. So I whatever. Just saying.
Yeah, the one where she's in, like, the flower cradle. That one's like I don't think it's the hardest fight in the game, but it's definitely harder than Grandmother Silk.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that. I think I agree with that because one, she's small and nimble, whereas Grandmother Silk is, like, huge and like a big target. So, that's part of it too.
Some of the issues that I had with Radiance this is totally just it's a speedrunner thing, right? I think she's not a bad design fight for the casual player, but when you're trying to go fast and you're undergeared, a lot of times we ended up having to take a lot of really risky 50-50s to go fast. Otherwise, we were just gonna have to, like, wait out attacks, and that's so slow. I was very, very impressed with how they basically turned Grandmother Silk, and it's like if you took Radiance, took every complaint I ever had about it, and fixed all of them. That's what Grandmother Silk was to me, and I was like, oh my god, these attacks don't, like, appear on top of you. You definitely have time to get
we could all agree. Those are good. Telegraphing things is, like, only fair. Randomly appearing stuff is, like, kind of bullshit.
It felt fair, but then I was like, I did just second try it, though. That needed to be a little harder.
I think I might have first tried it. I can't remember.
I think I also second tried it. Hey, small mention, the fucking soundtrack of the game. Holy, I fucking love the soundtrack of Silksong so much.
I haven't spent a ton of time, but for this podcast, I did go back and listen to basically the entire soundtrack. I didn't listen to, like, every song, like, all the way through, but I did go through and find, like, a bunch of ones that I really love. I'll just, like, for example, whatever's called, like, The Last Dive. The Last Dive song, As You Go Down, is totally sick and is awesome, and there's just, like, a bunch of songs like that. But yeah, no. Do you want to shout any out that are in your mind?
I think honestly, my favorite just. I don't think it's even a song. It's just like when you finally unlock the gates to the cage and you do that big harmonious, like, fucking opera when you get the 3 keys. That was such a, like, this is Kino. This is pure like reward for the things you did, and it's awesome.
Yeah, you're right. That part was and for a game called Silksong, obviously you would want to have some good musical stuff in there. But yeah, go on.
I guess honestly, yeah. I think the classic, the Cog Bros, the song that plays when you fight the Cog
All right,
Bros.
everybody loves the Cog song. That's like everybody's
Clockwork
favorite song in
Dancers,
the
yeah.
game. Well, no, the Clockwork Dancers is okay, but it's the song that plays in the the
Green
Cogworks?
Palace.
Oh, so there's the Cogwork Core, which is one of I know everybody.
That's
is,
what
like,
I'm thinking
obsessed
of.
with.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking of. Yeah.
I like the song that plays during the dancers as well, but yeah, I think
That's also good. Yeah.
almost everybody I know thinks Cogwork Core was like where they really like stopped playing the game to sit still and listen. Like,
Yep.
it is actually that good.
Dude, I'm curious, because I don't know, do you have any other songs like that for the original Hollow Knight? Because for me, it was always Green Path. When
Yeah,
I get to Green Path, I sat at attention, I shut my ass, and I listened to that soundtrack. Anything else stand out for you?
I think Green Path is definitely the point if you were to go and like collect samples from every playthrough on YouTube. That's the part where everyone stops. They're like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think it was gonna hit like that. I personally like the I don't know if I'd call it simplicity, but just the ambience of Crystal Peaks. I just really like it. It has very minimal melody, but it just I don't know. It goes perfectly with like what you're doing there.
Yeah, all right. I hear you.
I think for me, it's the theme song of Hollow Knight, like just the main menu.
Yeah, sure.
Like the leitmotif.
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
good
And
stuff,
also,
man.
Grim. I fucking love
Oh,
Grim.
yeah.
Like Nightmare Grim. Nightmare Grim was like, I'm locked in.
Well, since
actually-
we're talking about music, yeah, go on, Vez.
Oh no, I was just gonna say on Grim, if I'm listening to a YouTube video of each song, the Nightmare King Grim has like a better song. But if you're playing the fight, the original Troopmaster Grim actually has a better theme in my opinion because when you enter the bullet hell, the song is dynamic. It changes to have the drums kicking really loud. Whereas Nightmare King Grim doesn't change at all based on what you're doing. It just plays the song.
That's an excellent point, and I will just say that like. It's funny because my experience of listening to the soundtrack by itself is actually very different from playing the game and hearing it sort of in the background ambiently. So you kind of need to judge them separately. As I was listening to the soundtrack, a lot of the songs, Last Dive is great, but I was listening to just like what's the first place, like Bone Bottom. I was just really enjoying that song by itself as a YouTube video that I was like, I didn't really pay much attention to it playing the game. So whatever. I'm just pointing out there's like a little bit of a difference there sometimes. So
I definitely feel
may
that.
vary.
And Bone Bottom was one that was weird to me because they released that one like 3 years before the game came out. They released Bone Bottom and I think it was Lace's theme.
Sure.
And I remember listening to it and I was just like, I don't know how to enjoy this like it's going to be in the game because all of my experiences of the Hollow Knight soundtrack for the first time are me playing the game and like hearing them in context. Then when I just pressed play on Bone Bottom's theme, I was like, I mean, it sounds good. There's nothing wrong with it musically, but I'm not gonna love it until I experience it.
You haven't formed all the associations and the characters that are there and all the meaning that goes into it, which is pure video game stuff. Yeah, that's certainly true. Well, we pretty much got to the end of the story.
Yeah.
I will just say this, that when you
at the end.
Well, do you want to say it, Noni? Because
Just go ahead.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say that at the end, you do in fact slap up Lace. You knock the void off of her. You knock her ass down. And once again, based Kino, Grandmother Silk, Hornet talks to him, is like, yo, GS, give us some silk, G. Let us get the hell out of here. I'll save your daughter. And Grandmother Silk magnanimously is like, happy to do it, Chief. Happy to do it. Helps you out. Blasts the Hornet and her away. She allows herself to die, absorbed into the abyss, and saves her daughter. And hopefully, for once in her ungrateful ass life, Lace will appreciate that this was done for her. So there you go. So they escape, and that's pretty much the end. Oh, and of course, I shouldn't forget, as they're escaping, the Everbloom is fading away. Oh no, conveniently for the plot, the Everbloom is now about to die. Whoa, we don't quite have enough to escape. And who shows up in the abyss to save you but the Knight? Presumably, maybe the Hollow Knight's there. We'll confirm that earlier or later, whatever. And the rest of the abortion crew is all there in the abyss to save you, rocking and rolling.
The back of the doctor's office.
Yeah, from the dumpster out back of the clinic. Yeah, they're here to save you. So, and that's the end. And then it's implied, dude. This is Kino. It's implied from the title screen. Once you get the true ending, you got Hornet's pin was there the whole time, and then you see Lace's pin right there next to it on the title screen, implying they're best friends forever. And isn't that fun for everybody?
It was so funny before you fight the fight, because you get to talk to Lace, like Ghost Lace,
Right.
like shows up as like.
How the fuck does that work, by the way? Ghost Lace? What's going on there, big guy? I don't know.
Did a god magic void?
You're right. Magic. Okay, Silk can do like literally anything, so I guess it can
teleport.
do this too.
We haven't talked about the fucking teleportation technology
right.
that they have, which
You're
is
absolutely
insane.
right.
No, but you talk to her and she's like, I'm gonna die. She's giving you like the evil monologue about like, I'm a fragile creature. I'm destined to die. Do you think I'll make this easy for you? And then Hornet is fully just like, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna do
just
this.
Shut the hell up. Stop overthinking and start retard maxing right now, Lace. That's what you need to do, as all smart people do. Internet
Hornet
genius
just does it.
stamped.
Hornet just
technique.
does it.
And yeah, she just beats its ass back, beats the void back, saves her, just puts her nuts on the table and gets it done. And there's a lesson to be learned in that for all of us, I think.
Honestly,
Stop bitching about how much your life sucks and figure it out, Chief. That's the way to do it.
the amount of times in Silksong where like Hornet is just like, I am just gonna do it. I'm gonna kill gods. I'm gonna free Loom. I'm gonna kill God again. I'm gonna go into the void. I'm gonna save you, Lace. That is
Now,
not
I
like
will
a
say,
choice.
You're right. Now, if it wasn't Hornet, with her magical gifts and expertise and technique and all that stuff, other bugs would have had a hard time achieving the things that Hornet achieved. But she has the noblesse oblige. She has the burden of nobility to protect the lesser bugs around her, and she does so. And nicely done, Hornet. You were gifted with power, and she used it right, wisely and well. And we can all appreciate that, and it feels good.
I do love all the memes. Being like Hornet is powerful. I do love all the memes about like Hornet takes double damage from fucking obstacles, unlike the Chad Knight who takes one.
It's true. He's so void pilled. It just it rolls right off his back. Yeah. All that stuff is great. I like, she's kind of this like god above all. She's a worm and a weaver and has like this magic silk power. And yet she like spends her time sitting on a bench, scrawling on a map, like endless detail, placing pins like, okay, I gotta go. I forgot to do this jump over here. I gotta head back there. I gotta do, I've got this whole checklist I gotta complete.
What do you mean
Good
you
stuff.
forgot, you god? Like, hello?
Make a note for it, then don't forget. Yeah, she's a good lady.
Also,
go ahead.
I was gonna say this is barely related, but you brought up the where on the title screen you have Lace's needle next to Hornet's needle. So I at one point I was trying to do a challenge where I wanted to get every achievement in the game in one run, because in this game you can unlock Steel Soul before you ever play the game. So every achievement in the game is unlockable in one singular playthrough. So I used the
there's no way. There's no way.
So I used the Steam, achievement adjuster to delete all my achievements, and I tried to delete the registry, and I tried to reset it to factory settings. I could not get Lace's needle to disappear from the menu, no matter what I did. I uninstalled the entire game, reinstalled it. It won't disappear. It's there forever.
Dude, where's that data stored?
I could not figure it out.
Damn, that's crazy. They really they want you to know. No, it's they're best friends forever. We're not undoing this ever.
Right.
There you go. That's fascinating.
They were roommates.
Okay.
They were roommates.
They're roommate guys. They're just roommates that suck the silk out of each other occasionally. They just get milked once in a while. Totally platonic stuff here.
Two bugs
listen,
sitting
I
in
have
a hot tub.
yeah, exactly. 5 millimeters apart because they are confirmed heterosexuals. Listen, I have a whole section I want to do on complaints. I want to get to the nitty gritty about why this game sucks and is unplayable and is the worst game ever made. Okay, so tell me, you guys can weigh in. Let me know what you think about it. But
You brought the right person into this.
I bet I did. Okay, you are going to agree with this first one. And by the way, this is the first and realest one of all, for real, not joking. Okay, so love, generally speaking, the movement kit for Hornet. It's great. You get your wall climb eventually. You have your dash. Awesome. You have your float cloak thing, whatever it's called. That's cool. You get the double jump. Good stuff. Okay. There is a huge problem with the movement kit. One specific combination I think that was just not it just, like, I understand it's relevant for, like, the design of the game, but it feels worse, and the greatest sin of all is for the movement to not feel as good as it could. And it is the fact that you can dash, you can jump, but when you activate the cloak, you lose horizontal momentum. It completely stops you in the air, and you begin moving at, like, walking speed, basically.
True.
I hate this so intensely.
I have a
sucks.
very close complaint that is my number one complaint with the
Go for
movement,
it. What do you
actually.
got?
And it's the fact that the float and the jump are on the same button.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Yes. Yeah,
because
it's...
when the game first released, they had them on the same button, but if you... what was it? If you stopped holding left or right and you hit jump, you would double jump instead of float. And then if you it was like the most janky thing. I was like, just give me a separate hover button. It's that easy. But I'm like trying to double jump, and she like extends her cloak like she's gonna float. Oh my god! It actually drove me insane.
Your complaint there is totally real, and that sounds. Excuse me. That's gonna affect basically like that sounds like sort of in their mind like they want to keep things simple. Like, they just want it to be like every, sort of vertical movement thing is attached to one button. Okay, like, again, I don't like that. I wish you had more freedom like you're describing. I think that there are buttons free on the controller that you could use for this, potentially. Or maybe they're all mapped. Okay, whatever. I don't know. I bet you could figure that out. Mine, however, you 100% could do. The only thing is, like, the way that mine matters, obviously, is like, so if you could... Dude, I love the dash button. I want to make sweet love to the dash button. It's my favorite thing. It feels so good. Dude, just today, I discovered something I didn't even know, which is that if you're dashing at a wall on the ground and jump at it, you sort of run up and slide up the wall a little bit, and then you can slide down and jump off. You probably know this. I mean, you probably know all the mechanics inside and out. I didn't even know that, but it's just another awesome thing about the dash. Feels so good. I want to be dashing for the rest of my life.
You can press the dash on the wall again, and she does like a scramble up the wall.
Holy shit, I don't think I even know that one. I need to figure, dude, see, there you go. There you go. Yeah. I gotta go try that. That sounds hilarious and awesome. I love everything that makes Hornet do, like, spidery type shit. Like that one, what's it called? Locket or whatever it is, trinket, that makes her, like, backstep like a spider with a scrambly little legs.
I love that. I'm blanking on what it's called, the tool. That
the architect gives it to you, I think. It's whatever that one is. But yes,
it's a little exoskeleton-looking one. Yeah, you like press down and dash, and she like jumps backwards and like skitters backwards.
I never found a practical use for it personally, but that's just because like I didn't experiment that much with it. So like, do you get utility out of that? Have you like used that well? I'm just curious.
I haven't, but I also had it on for basically my entire playthrough and kept wanting to find uses for it because I like it so much.
Right? Anything that adds to my movement kit, I want to experiment with and do stuff. But, okay, I was just going to say, my thing, guys, I'm so fucking right about this. I'm completely real and true about this. The dash, let me dash forever, Team Cherry, please. The fact that you jump in the air and you hit it and it slows you down. Obviously the practical reality of this means you get less horizontal distance as you're like floating down. And this matters to the entire level design. It's obviously important and stuff, but like just design the game differently where you've accounted for this extra horizontal distance you can do, because it feels so bad to lose your horizontal momentum. This is by far my number one complaint about the game. This just, it fucks with the one thing that matters the most, the feel of the movement, and I just wish that was not the case. Yeah, Team Cherry,
there's
I'm uninstalling. Yeah,
there's definitely a flow that you get into when you feel like you've gotten through a certain room in like a perfect way, but then you just hit that float button, you're just like, and there it goes.
It slows you right the fuck down. And by the way, it's not like this can't be done. The game that I've cited before as like with the best movement mechanics ever, basically, for a Metroidvania style game, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse does this exact thing perfectly. It does this thing. You do not lose horizontal movement speed when you activate she has like a hat that she floats with, so it's extremely similar to this mechanic of like the cloak, puffing up or whatever. So like, just copy it from them. I need to play which games?
The Ori games. You need to play the Ori games, my man. If you want,
I played one of them. I think I played the first one.
The sequel has, in my opinion, the like smoothest like 2D Metroidvania like movement like of all time, like straight up.
Well, shit, bro. I probably should check that out. I think I might have actually installed it or played a little bit of the second one. Whatever. I don't know. Okay, I'll look into it.
I convinced you to buy it. Just haven't played it yet.
That might be the case. Okay, so that's a big complaint. That seriously is my number one complaint about the game. You don't do that, please. Please don't rob me of my speed. Okay. 2. This is more of an elitist asshole opinion. The quests. The quests are extreme baby mode shit. That you just have a thing in your menu that tells you exactly what to do. Man, let me figure it out. I don't need a thing to keep track of how many items I need. This is obviously just like for convenience, for organizing your information. I see why it's there, but like going from Hollow Knight to this, or even like Dark Souls or whatever to this, it's like we're making it streamlined. We're making it, super brain dead. We're making it a little too brain dead, I feel. And this is absolutely elitist asshole opinion right now, but I don't need a whole menu cluttered up with like these infinite quests. And just let me remember what I have to do in the game. I'll remember, and if I don't remember, I'll look it up. I will figure it out.
I think there's one very big point in that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible to please both of these groups of people, because there's
You're
people
right.
like us that would play the whole game in one playthrough, or like
Right.
when we're excited about it, right? Even if you go like a day, you're like itching to get back to it. So we're not going to forget what we're doing.
Yeah.
But when I originally saw it, I was like, oh, this is perfect for the people who are weird and take 3 weeks off of the game, and then they come back and they don't remember what their objectives are.
You're
Like,
right. You're right.
I guess like the closest thing to a compromise would be like if the game recognizes that you haven't opened it in a while, kind of gives you like a recap of what you did last time. It's the closest thing I could think of. But
which
I understood it was good for
need
them,
either.
but it didn't benefit me at all because I know what I'm doing.
I'm not going to pretend like it isn't useful sometimes to like just be able to go to the menu and remind myself of like what I'm supposed to go and do. But I'm so used to not having to do that that having it there feels like put the triangle in the triangle hole, put the circle in the, you're so good at the game. Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean?
No.
Noni.
No, absolutely
Let's hear
not.
from the child in the group. Let's hear from the baby
Absolutely.
actively currently putting the triangle in the triangle hole and on his
Here's the-
desk right now. Yeah.
I've never used it. Like just to clarify that, because I played the game, almost like in a couple of settings, and I'm a Metroidvania, fucking fan. So I go to every area. I go to every secret door. I fucking hit every wall. Try to do all the things. It's like I never needed the quest menu to be like, what do I need to do next? What do I need to do next? I look at the map and see which, place I haven't been into yet.
Yeah,
I do
and
that.
you have markers, by the way. You can place markers to remind yourself of stuff that you need to do.
Yeah.
Now that I have no problem with at all. That's good stuff.
But here's the having a journal to just be like, hey, by the way, this is the main quest. It's so out of the way. Like if it was like a Ubisoft game where it's like the quest is on the side of the screen the entire fucking game, I would have like lost it.
Of course.
But it's like you gotta press the start button, go to the journal, go to the quest, then you see what you need to do. And I'm like, I think it's...
Well, okay, but I don't know if you're like this. The thing about me is I'm one of these guys that when I go to the menu and I see that glaring, piercing red circle being like, there's a new thing in the menu right here, stupid. Come look at this thing, right? I cannot abide having a red thing in the menu that I haven't looked at. Certainly on a first playthrough. On a first playthrough, I'm like, I have to like update everything constantly. So the game has enslaved me to constantly be checking those menus against my will. And I resent
skill
it.
issue, Nate. I think that's a skill issue. That's like self-control, bro. You just gotta self-control.
I actually feel that so hard, and I think
Right?
the game that does it the worst is actually my favorite game of all time, which is
Final
Kingdom Hearts
Fantasy
2.
13?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Final
Say it
Fantasy
again.
15?
No. Absolutely not. It is Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Oh, yes. So
And
so
that
often.
journal
Yeah.
is I have to actively fight against everything I have inside of me to not get rid of the stupid little thing.
Dude,
like
the
I have a new
exclamation marks, the little,
oh my
little things.
God.
Holy
It
shit.
drives me crazy because it would take
Yeah.
you 20 minutes to go through that whole.
Yes, there's
the
so
menu is
many
amazing.
menus.
But it's
Oh,
like, oh, this
God.
character said one more line, then I have to go clear it from my stupid journal.
It's the greatest game ever, but holy
My
shit, it
stupid
fucking sucks and it's
journal.
awful and
My
it's terribly
stupid
designed.
journal.
My damn chud life and my damn chud journal.
I am.
Someone free me.
I'm being real. Literally
Yeah.
never an issue for me. It's just I just don't click on the journals in most video games.
Damn
You know
it.
what it is? It's because I played those fucking Assassin's Creed games and those cinematic games, so I'm just used to ignoring that. Just like
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't
sure.
care. This is useless.
But some of
to
us
me.
are from a time when it wasn't this bad. We remember the days when we weren't completely broken over this issue and you could check the menu. Man, I can't do it. I'll go the rest of my life. I have to update every menu. I can't let it go there unchecked First of all, what if there's something interesting happens? Second of all, it's annoying, and I want it to go. I want a clean, pristine menu.
Nate, you have a new puzzle piece that you have to put in your little Kingdom Hearts 2 puzzles, so obviously that's to tell you.
I kind of love the puzzles, though. I'm actually excited to go to do the puzzles.
See, but I don't need to know that I have a new puzzle piece before I have all the pieces. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do it when I have all of them.
That's true. That's true. Oh God. Okay. So what was that one? That was about Quest. Okay, I understand there's gonna be some debate about the Quest thing. It's convenience. It's a little bit about the presentation. It's so like boo boo boo. You got a giant symbol. It's this Quest. Do not forget about the Quest. You've got to do it. And I know you have to go to the menu, but I literally have to go to the menu. There's no choice in it for me. I'm compelled. Yeah.
Honestly, that was the thing in original Hollow Knight, right? Like the Quest thing. It was not.
No, they weren't there. There's zero. Yeah,
okay,
not at all.
Okay, because I kind of get it. I kind of get it. Is it a concession? It is. Look, admittedly, it is a concession. But also, like, I don't know, having like a big thing be like, hey, if you ever like, where is the main quest? That's the fucking main quest. I think that is fair enough.
Like it's so hard to figure out where to go for the main quest. Like you're gonna forget. Just go up, bro. It's just
go to the empty areas not marked on your map.
Dude, first of all, that quest about like do the main quest, it never even helps at all. It's not even useful. You just know what you're supposed to do. Go to the next room that you haven't been to yet. That like it's useless. I guess I'll give it this. Narratively, it sort of serves to be like, especially the first time you play the game, you're always like, oh, I have to go up higher, yet still higher, whoa, I have to go higher than this.
The map is fucking big.
I sort of like that. I did sort of like that effect, and I'll give it that like showing that on the menu, that sort of like hypothetical place you're eventually supposed to reach. It does give you a unique thing that you would not have without a marker on the map. So I'll give it that much. It's not like completely 100% bad in every way, but
I wish they could have like maybe you have like the main quest in that log, but then for all the other quests, it doesn't tell you what you were supposed to do. It just tells you which area it would be in. So you just like go to that area and look around. Like you'll find
I'd be happy with that. I think like your point of if it was like more like a journal as opposed to like a checklist with big blocks for like each quest, I think like that would sit better for me because she is like filling out a journal for like like the mob, the enemy she fought. That would sort of make more sense to me. The quests are like. I don't know. I know that they function in the same way, but I got some presentation issues with it. All right, here's one. I'll be very interested to hear your opinion about this, Viz. So, of course, in Silksong, the pause button pauses things in real life. In the not in real. You press the pause button in real life. Real life freezes.
Click movie.
It's awesome.
Click Adam Sandler.
Click is real. Thank you, Silksong, for making click real. Thank you, Team Cherry. I appreciate that. It's that when you pause, like. Hornet and the enemies are paused, behind the menu screen. Okay, that is not true in the original Hollow Knight until recently. Until the patch. They patched, dude. They dumbed down Hollow Knight's mechanics to make it match Silksong's convenience. I gotta say, I got a serious problem with changing the game retroactively like this. I do not think that this is an appropriate thing to do, to go back and fuck with something like that, which is kind of like an important like aesthetic defining aspect of that game that like punishes you if you walk away from the game where like enemies are around. So
everybody
it just like dumbs down the game.
The knight like holding the map and like walking.
Yes,
and you walk like
that
really
was
slow,
Kino. That was awesome.
So do you know the lore behind why that happened?
No, tell me please.
Because it wasn't just to match Silksong. This has been a 6-year battle with Team Cherry versus what we call the inventory drop. In the original Hollow Knight, before a certain patch where they changed it, if you were in midair and you opened up your inventory, it uncapped your fall speed. It would immediately start making you fall faster, and it would uncap your fall speed. As well as if you hit the ground while the inventory is open, you didn't have the like superhero landing of getting stuck in the ground for a second.
Gotcha.
So it was just objectively the best way to fall in almost any situation where you're going to fall for more than like a second, right?
Gotcha.
So this was extremely important in a couple places, but I think one of the biggest ones was actually the opening, because when you open the game, if you pause,
you fall forever right there.
Yeah. If you pause and unpause, like not inventory, but like actual pause, then you could move left, right, and then you open the inventory, fall to the ground, close it, and you could start walking immediately. Whereas that like opening cutscene is supposed to be like 5 seconds of the knight sitting there like staring at the ground.
Right.
He's like deciding to get up. Yeah. Eventually, that came to Team Cherry's attention because there was a glitch that glitch runners would use. When you get the original fireball in the Ancient Mound, you would jump above the fireball, open inventory, fall through the fireball, and then your body would still visibly be like absorbing the fireball, like the vengeful spirit, but you could walk out of the mound.
Right, save some time that way. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it made it to where you didn't have to do the full like the screen that comes up and says, you got vengeful spirit, here's the button to use it, blah, blah, blah. The only problem with that was that made it to where if you didn't grab Soulcatcher that was behind the big armadillo enemy, you could never get it again. Because it wouldn't open that gate. You could never go back in there.
I see.
So basically they were worried that there were players that were going to see glitch runners do that and then decide, I'll do it on my only first playthrough, and then they're locked out of a charm forever. Now that's their reasoning. My response would have been, okay, so instead of making it to where now anytime you have the vengeful spirit, the gate's just permanently open, which is the easiest thing to do in my eyes. They made it to where we couldn't open the inventory in midair anymore.
Dude, that's a classic, there were other ways to fix this problem that they should have taken instead of this, much bigger mechanical modification that people, really, at a certain point, a game just is what it is, and you should leave it alone, and even if there are bugs, I don't know, man, for the couple of people that buy the game later on and happen to encounter this particular glitch or whatever, it happens. It happens. And by the way, if you really need to fix it, dude, just fix another solution. Like you said, just open the gate.
Open
the
gate.
Do it another way. Yeah.
Make it to where you don't actually have VS until a certain another flag gets the flag is pushed back. Whatever. There's a bunch of ways that wouldn't have affected us, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt. It was okay, maybe that was just the easiest solution that they wanted to push that out. But as a result, it made it to where you couldn't open the inventory in midair, but on that version of the game and beyond, you could open the inventory on the first frame that you walked off of a ledge, and you could still do it. It was just way harder, but you could press it first frame of walking off a ledge, and you could actually inventory drop. And that wasn't applicable everywhere because sometimes it would be midair where you want to start your drop. Yeah. Then after years of that being the default, where current patch runs would do that, now they just said, no, we're just going to make it where you can't open the inventory just pauses the whole game.
Man, that's lame. I don't appreciate that. I think that's lame. Now, if I go back and I play my Hollow Knight copy, it's going to be different than when I left it, and that's weird. I don't approve of that. Leave it alone, guys. Leave it alone. Let it be. And, how recent was that change, would you say?
I think
original
that
Hollow
was
Knight?
3 months after Silksong, so it must have been around the new year, 2026.
Not cool, man. Not cool. So there you go. That's a real complaint right there. Do you think it was if Hollow Knight Silksong had not come out, do you think they would have made that change?
I do. I think that gave them
it was an excuse
way
or
to say it. Yeah, a way to say look,
yeah.
Silksong operates that way too. But I think they always wanted to remove that from the game. They just didn't want it to, because it looks a little jank, but it only affects us. And I have literally a dozen examples of things that I think only affected us, and then they would change. I have it on pretty, not a good authority, it's not the right word. Yeah. I have a pretty strong belief that they watched the AGDQ 2018 glitched run of Hollow Knight, and then specifically went after half of the glitches that he did in that.
Write that down, guys. Oh, this is really good. Gotta make this less fun. Gotta fix this in the game. Great.
And I know that they see stuff very broken mechanics where we're going behind the layer of the game and
I get that.
I get that they see that and they're like, ooh, that's bad. But we had to do a lot to make it do that, right? And Silksong has 10 times worse. If you haven't seen it, you could literally kill Grandmother Silk with a saw blade from a previous room in the Citadel.
Hell yeah.
The glitch run doesn't even fight her. They just let the environment kill her.
Dude, I gotta check that out. I gotta watch some of these.
It's pretty sick.
Okay, that's awesome. I guess, we could, go around if you guys have any other... This is the complaint department right now, so we'll keep it on task. Noni, I would like to hear. Let's hear you shit on Silksong. Do you have any specific complaints about this game you'd like to air out?
There are these things called the pale metals, you know? You get
Yes,
these funny
yeah.
little objects to upgrade your funny little nail, you know?
Right.
And you know, you have to do these quests and these escort missions and these don't break this stuff, deliver this to bumfuck nowhere twice over, lol. You know, real essence. It's one of those things. I'm like, I know like the nail upgrades by some people, by the purists, by the brave people, like this is a crutch. You're increasing your pure damage.
It is a crutch.
This is a crutch. The fucking quests to do them are so unhinged. I'm like, to be able, it's like a test. You don't deserve it until you prove you don't actually need it. Type shit.
It kind of is like that, isn't it?
But yeah. Did all of
Wait,
those...
are you talking about the oil? You're talking about the pale oil?
Oil, yes. I guess. Yeah,
Oh, the oil. Yeah. Okay.
I think they were called oil and Hornet. But yeah, the oils. You do that. You do all those fucking insane quests, and then you're missing one fucking oil. Now the way you get it is to I guess even more spoilers. If you're here now and you're still like, damn, are they gonna spoil everything? The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Yep. Play the game, guys, but we're gonna spoil stuff. So
yeah, Snape killed Dumbledore. Get over it.
Damn. Tony Stark doesn't die in Endgame.
Rip. But he will return in Endgame 2.
The collection quest in Hollow Knight Silksong, you go and grab these little fucking mod dudes. And
the fleas, they're fleas.
The flea dudes.
Guys. Yeah.
You grab the flea bros, the flea chads, dare I say.
Yep.
You collect them. It's pretty fun. They get you to like actually explore the map and reach like
yes, they do.
The more insane areas. I'm like, where is this fucking flea? I haven't been there yet. Ooh, there's a secret passage. Let me get there. It was fun. It was neat. It was interesting. You do the whole thing. They obviously do the fake out where it's like in original Hollow Knight, when you collect the funny worms, they get eaten. That's the big joke.
The Grubfather ate them all. Yeah.
Vor is real in Hollow Knight.
Indeed.
In this one, you get the fake out about like spooky festival.
They're gonna do the ritual. Oh God, what's gonna happen in the ritual? It's a nightmare. The ceremony, it's coming.
The screen darkens. There's ominous fucking chanting, and then bam! No, it's just a fun festival. They're like, hey, the world is ending. We're just gonna party till the end.
Dude, super Kino. I know it's like obviously like everybody's favorite, but that was my favorite moment of the entire game, making it be like it's actually secretly based and hope pilled, or at least happiness pilled, and partying to the end of the world. If there's nothing you could do about it, I thought it was totally sick. But so
I have to pause real quick because I have to give justice to the Grubfather. Did not eat them.
No? What's going on?
Canonically, did not eat them. He actually, that species of bug has their, consumes, quote unquote, their offspring and then sacrifices themselves to have them become, flying bugs.
Whoa, so he was that's intentional?
Yes.
Is that what's going on 100%.
Here? That's why the achievement's called Metamorphosis. Because those
grubs
are becoming...
Why the fuck have I never heard of that before?
So
that completely changes the concept. Dude, I was totally wrong. Grubfather is a hero and a saint and is right up there with Grandmother Silk and the Pale King as greatest parents of all time.
He is killing himself.
Dude, because the whole thing is themed around metamorphosis. That actually makes sense. I was like, I thought it was like ironic or there's like something going on. Holy shit, that's not... Wait, whoa. You're blowing my mind right now. Like everyone talks about this as like themed as though like there's like a secret tragic thing that's happening here and that oh my God, he ate them, it's a nightmare, he ate like his own offspring or whatever, but actually it's a good thing and they're evolving to like the next day. That's completely different. That's like
why
a positive ending
inside of them because they're all still alive.
They're not dead by like the end of the game. They're still alive and they're doing stuff. Holy shit, that blew my fucking mind.
Okay, the amount of parents, I'm being real with you, the amount of parent figures in Hollow Knight that like at first glance are like literally horrific monsters and then like maybe they're not the worst is insane. Like actually just fucking
There's
insane.
kind of a lot of them. Yeah, it's true. They're all good people. They all did the right thing, as far as I'm aware.
Yes.
Except the Radiance. The Radiance was tripping, okay? The Radiance was freaking out.
The Radiance was cooking, though. The Radiance was the original goddess. She was hijacked by the Pale King.
You're right. She was a woman scorned, and she has a right to
brainwash everybody. What's wrong with that?
Not a damn thing.
No, but
she effectively made them all sub to her OnlyFans, and this is what it looks like in the context of Hollow Knight. Yeah.
So I'm sorry to cut you out. You were talking about the...
That honestly, literally did not know that info. Actually worth it.
Me neither.
Cut me again, please. Kill me. No. You do the festival. The festival starts. Happy fun times. Mini games.
Right. Epic mini games. Very fun. Very enjoyable. Very
hardest-
simple. Not hard at all. Couldn't be easier to do these mini games.
Absolutely not. Not at all. I have spent 3 hours and a fucking
True.
half on that fucking juggling mini game.
The juggling game. The
You
juggling
have-
game is the one, man.
You have to understand. I did every boss. I beat the game before the patches that nerfed stuff. I love Metroidvanias. I've completed Hollow Knights. I am the guy. Dudes, 3 hours and a half. Actually, like, objectively, the hardest that I did was that fucking juggling minigame. I actually was
I had a hard
going
time with the bouncing
insane.
one, too. I had a hard time with the bouncing one, but the juggling one was harder. I left that to last. That was...
we all have different ones, I guess, because
Yeah?
the juggling one was kind of difficult. Dude, I'm the worst dodger in the world.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what it was, but it just they just knew exactly the way I wanted to dodge, and they would have one come out at Mach 5 from
Yeah.
the side of the screen and hit me. And I was like, brother.
Dude, you know how if you keep doing the juggling one long enough, like there's all the different fleas that appear, and if you go long enough, like the elder flea, like he joins in once you like get past. It's like juggle number 50 or something. I was like, I just felt so compelled. I got the achievement. I did everything I needed to do for the end, but then like he appeared right at the end and then like flopped to the ground. I was like, wait, but what happens if you hit him? Like, what noise does he make? What kind of like joy? So I was like, I gotta go back in. I gotta experience this once again. Man, that was absolutely brutal.
I did it. I did
Yeah.
it and then never turned back. Seriously,
Sure.
that took me like 3.5 hours of real life. The other ones were
Yeah.
actually literally like less than 15 minutes. Like for both, I'm like done. Like actually,
Yeah,
not even
right.
like an issue.
I
gotta,
look
like,
back
be
at
so
my...
fast. Yeah.
I look back at my footage of doing the dodge one, and I'm like embarrassed at how tilted I was getting. Just for some reason, it just got me.
But your point here was about getting the oil. You have to do this to get the oil, right?
You gotta do this to get the final oil upgrade.
Right.
That was the literal, and I mean it because this is the complaint section about Silksong. I fucking loved everything about this game, like the boss in like the hospital, the big one, and was kind of annoying. That's about it for me for like complaints. But this thing is an actual like holy shit. I kind of wanted to just put the game down.
Well, Noni, I've got to ask because getting the oil is that's like the easy mode version of this because. First, you get the oil from doing the minigames, but then if you want to get the memento of the fleas.
Is that beating Seth?
You didn't get the mementos?
I got some mementos.
Dude, this guy didn't beat the game. This guy did not beat the game. You played on
hundreds.
easy mode. You
Easy
cheated the game. And you
mode,
cheated
easy
yourself.
mode.
You gave up. You said you had 100% completion.
No, it isn't.
You can have 100%
He's a liar.
on the
He's
file
also a
without the
liar, and
memento.
he's cast out. I cast you out from the Internet Genius Society.
Stop. What did you say, visuals?
You can have 100% on the file without having all the mementos.
Yeah,
They're not.
that-
They're not a
Oh my
percentage.
god,
Yeah,
I
like-
didn't realize that. You're all hacks. All you people with 100% completion, you're not real gamers, you're not real gods. I have every memento because I have the heart of a lion and the cock
Hold
of a
on. Do
stallion.
you have the optional memento?
Oh, is that the one with the fourth heart? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Of course, yes, absolutely.
You have to understand, I didn't know the mementos were even a thing until I talked to you, Nate. Like, straight up, because I didn't go back to the house that much, really.
What, like today? Or like in the past?
No, when we talked about it, like when I beat the game.
Well,
and you were
how
like,
many weeks have you had since then to get
I
them, Noni?
haven't-
Get it
nah,
together.
Nah, the game was finished for me, man. I saw 100%.
Oh, please.
I saw 100%, and I'm like, I'm done. 100 out of
Okay,
100, I'm
Noni,
done.
Noni. I, every day, lash myself on the back for not having finished the Pantheon of Hallow Nest. You must begin your self-flagellation immediately until you acquire all of those
Absolutely not.
mementos, get
Absolutely
into the
not.
grinding mines, and start bouncing those fleas right now, buddy. Because it's gonna be hell to pay if you don't have all those
Nate
mementos.
was gonna murder me if visuals didn't jump in. I was like, you can 100%. You get 100% without to get it.
No, that makes it even
honestly,
worse.
I
It's
honestly
even worse.
understand the idea of not going back to the house because like there's not that much
Yeah.
to do in the house. Like it's not like it's a hub.
But don't you?
for
Is there an
anything.
achievement for the mementos? Is there an achievement for all of them? I think there is.
think
right?
so. Probably.
I think there might be.
Okay, I admit, by the way, I mean, I guess this is the thing. I haven't literally completed everything because I have not beaten Steel Soul mode. And I'm trying. I've tried a few times here. It is hard. It is challenging. I did beat the speedrun. I got it under 5 hours. I did that one. I'm a real gamer, guys. Please believe me, please.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the game shows up. I press start. I beat it and get the true ending. Do the side quests. Move on.
Dude,
there's like
you
that's
you
it.
are Grandmother Silk. You are Grandmother Silk, and I am Hornet, lashing you into the abyss, casting you down from on high into the lowly depths where you belong, and you will fade away and be forgotten without those mementos.
Hey, it
to
says
boo you.
100%, mate. It says 100%.
It's a lie. It's a lie. It's not 100%.
Does it go above that?
Dude, what's going on? Why does it have 100% if you don't have the mementos? Are real in-game things that you can get?
No,
I'm legitimately confused by this.
No, okay.
You don't have to do the Hunter's Journal either. You did in Hollow Knight.
I did complete the Hunter's Journal, for the record, folks. Just want to be, well, that's a memento, right? So, okay, that's...
Here's a question.
Finish that.
I think I'm not sure about the Hunter's Journal, but I think I've made sure to beat every. I remember Googling and be like, "Oh, what am I missing? Let me go find the monsters." I think I did that. I did that one because I was curious about them. I wanted to read Hornet's stuff, comment.
Yeah, those are interesting. Hornet's comments about all the beasts.
No,
and stuff.
but Nate, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I guess visuals will confirm right now and smite us down. Original Hollow Knight does have 106%.
Has 112 actually.
Yeah, right.
Silksong has the same thing, right?
No, it caps out at 100 for some reason.
Oh!
Well, because the original Hollow Knight before DLC it only had 100 as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
With DLC, it'll probably change.
Obviously, here's the thing. Beat the game, got 100%, but then I did I was like, oh, I haven't. When Nate told me, I'm like, oh, I have 100%. It must be when you do that, you have 102% or something.
For some reason, no. I guess they just don't count toward your completion percentage for whatever reason. But you can just go to your bell home and see them, and so you can show them off to people.
I had beaten the entire game and gotten 100%, and then when I went to do a boss ranking, I saw what was his name? He's in the sandy area, and you have to play the needle in to get him to show up.
Crust King Khan? That one?
No, he's not one of the...
Oh, you mean the guy that's standing there by himself?
Yes.
The samurai guy.
Oh,
yes,
the Wanderer or whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
I hadn't fought him. I didn't even know he was there, so I had to. Yeah, he's a memento as well.
Look, it's a huge game with lots of mysteries. So and for the record, I did not discover every mystery. I did look some shit up once I was at the end of the game. So
here's the thing.
You kind of look. You gotta. It's not the end of the world.
That's my biggest hot take with these games is I hate this idea that if you had to look anything up or look where the last of an item that you didn't have, if you have to look it up, then you didn't really play it. I don't care, man. I'm not gonna go back through every single area and hit every wall. I did that. I tried to do that with every wall. Maybe I missed one, but I think it's fine if you want to spend your time actually enjoying the content instead of looking for the content.
I get that. If a man ever graces my presence and says, I did it all without looking anything up, I will fall to one knee and bow in reverence of his
respect,
and
man.
shit.
And I don't feel bad.
No, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad looking stuff up. Now, I think you shouldn't ruin the experience by looking too much shit up. It should be sort of your last resort after you've okay, I've really explored, now I'll look some things up.
There's a threshold where you feel like you've done everything and you're okay, I don't want to have to go back over all of the things I just did. Maybe I missed one thing, so let me just look.
Hey, I'll say it. I'll admit. I'll admit the reason I have the percentage thing on my first run without doing multiple runs. When I was doing the game, one of the things I googled, I was like, "Hey, missable bosses."
Okay, I get that. I mean, I get it.
And I was like, "Oh, in Act 1, if you don't go to this area before going to Act 2, you're gonna miss this. In Act 2." I didn't look anything up ahead too much. I was just like, I'm in Act 1. Let me make sure I did all of the bosses before going to Act 2. Let me make sure I did all the bosses in Act 2 before going to Act 3. Because it's crazy that what's her name? The fucking the map lady.
Oh, Shaka.
That's a missable boss fight, which is insane to me.
Yeah, I missed it on my first playthrough. I missed. right?
Yeah.
See, we all did. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And I felt terrible about it.
Yeah, if I didn't
I beat her now though. I beat her ass. To be clear.
If I didn't look it up, I wouldn't have fought her.
There you go.
Honestly,
There you go.
I'm glad people look things up because I don't want them to miss First Sinner because it's one of my favorite fights in the entire game.
Oh yeah,
Holy
of course,
shit,
of course.
that dude's so
fantastic.
fucking sick.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the best, if not the best.
I guess it's a small shout out. I did like this, like a small neat moment. Seth, I think that's the name of the boss. I like Seth.
Oh, Seth, yes, yeah, Seth was cool.
Yeah, Seth's
Great
cool.
boss fight.
Yeah, Seth was cool. Seth was neat. Then looked
And a
up
great
like
plot line for him.
Yeah. Looked up the actual origin story for the boss, and I'm like, that is
Yep.
pretty fucking chill and sweet of them to do.
I will remind us, because I remember it has something to do with a real life person, but I forget
Yes.
exactly what.
And obviously, comments, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Seth, the real person, had, I think it's like a Make-A-Wish thing or something along those lines.
Yeah.
The real person died sadly of cancer, but he was like
wow.
talking to Team Cherry. The actual set, like boss thing and design was him, and they like included like, you know, jokes or like stuff he did. That's why, like, for example, in the festival, he has the highest scores once you like.
The impossible scores, yeah.
I'm gonna give a slight nepotism, a little nepotism
I think
there,
he
guys.
actually
Come
loves
on,
games, though.
I could do it, and I don't even have cancer. Why don't I know the type of the chart? I'm just kidding.
I
I'm just
think
kidding.
I
Good for
think
him.
the scores in the game might be like stuff he like play tested or something along those lines. So, yeah,
Well, that's cool.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Rest in peace,
they
buddy.
did let him. They let him play the game a little early. Right
Oh
before-
yeah, oh, that's nice. That's obviously adorable.
Sometimes we just like shout out to that. I thought it was cool of them to do.
You know, Noni, it's kind of fucked up. You would put that in the complaint section of the game. What do you mean by that, buddy? It's kind of fucked up.
what could I
Why are you
possibly
so
mean
mad?
by that?
Let him rest in peace, Noni. You don't have to beat his corpse. Please be kind.
So true, so true.
Okay. Oh, hey, speaking of your thing about like the oil, I have a complaint I would like to make, which is about sharpening. Sharpening doesn't make any sense. Sharpening is a weird mechanic that is cringe for the
What is
following
sharpening?
reason. Okay, you sharpen the needle. That's what there's a sharpener guy that sharpens your needle so you deal more damage.
Oh.
Okay. Let's examine how little sense this makes. Oh, like in the grand scheme of things. So the first time you sharpen the needle, I'm open to that, okay? It was rusty, maybe the end got dull, and like it pokes not super well. So you sharpen it so the end is like more pokey and sharp. Got it. Makes more sense, deals more damage, cool, with like the pale oil and whatever. Okay. But you're telling me that you just apply yet more oil and it now is sharper? First of all, isn't there an upper limit to how sharp something can be? Like, once it pokes a hole in something, you can't poke a hole dealing more damage. It either made a hole in the thing or it didn't. And the thing is, this is distinct from the nail from Hollow Knight. The nail is a bladed weapon with side blades that you sweep in an arc. The implication of that, obviously, is that it like is sharper and hits and deals more damage in this way, with like the sweeps that the thing does. But with a nail, again, they do not make the nail like made, or not the nail. Sorry, they do not make the needle, Hornet's needle, like made of more deadly material or whatever. They just the word is sharpen it.
Well, they do because one of them is the hive steel needle.
Well, it reveals its true nature ultimately of hive steel. But am I wrong? Isn't the needle not bladed on the edges on the sides? It's blunt on the sides and it's got a pokey needle in the front, right? Am I wrong?
I think you're right,
me
but
Google it.
also some of the crests have like
Yeah.
a sweeping motion like the nail did instead of a because like Hunter has like a lot of stabbing.
But this is my point. Doesn't that not make any sense? That like you sweep again, if they just strengthened it, that's one thing. But the word is sharpened. They sharpened it, but it only has a point at the end, and yet she does a sweeping motion to hit as if it was a bladed edge on the side. Doesn't that not make any sense if it is blunt on the side? Like, only poking motion. First of all, only poking motions would deal any further damage if you just sharpened the thing, because it is round. It is round around the edges. Only the very tip can even be sharper. So what the hell does this oil even do to the rest of the thing? Is it just? I mean, it's obviously
I'm gonna
making
give
it.
you
Yeah.
that it doesn't make sense, but I'm also gonna
Great.
say it's the most nitpicky thing ever.
But that's what I live for. I live for the most
I feel it,
nitpicky
I
thing
feel it.
ever. It just, I don't think it makes any sense. And I will also just say, once you have poked a hole in, this is more meaningful. Once you have poked a hole in something, you can't poke a hole dealing more damage unless you like widen the hole. A hole is a hole.
I'm
right?
looking at
Gentlemen, am I right? A hole's a hole. Men know what I'm talking about here.
Where there's a hole, there's a way, as we all know.
Right. Go on, Noni.
I'm
Any hole's a
looking
goal.
at, like, Hornet's needle in the game. I've never, took it as being blunt on the sides.
Okay, let's get to the bottom of this right now. Okay, Hornet needle right now. Okay. This is some bullshit that I'm seeing right now Googling this. Wait, no. Okay, we need to see the animation. The animation, we can clearly see, as he is sharpening it, that it is round. You can see it in the animation. Let me see.
Oh, okay, but Peterson, though, the animation is like 2D, expensive. It doesn't look different with every animation, even though the color
Are you saying
changes.
that the animation is not canon? Is that the claim?
My claim is, hey man, the menu.
Okay, I'll grant you, in the menu, it looks like it's sharp around the edges. That's true. But in the actual animation, it looks
doesn't.
round.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Here's Nate.
Okay, we've got a contradiction at least. There is a contradiction happening here in the lore of that animation.
So are you thinking that the side, it's like almost like a cone with a point on the end?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because that's how it looks in the animation.
That is how it is in the animations. I
thought of it more as like a
it's like kind of like a diamond shape if you look
at
it.
Yeah, like almost like an oval with 2 points.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll grant you that. It does look like in the artwork here. And by the way, it does function this way mechanically, the way it sweeps from side to side.
Yeah.
That is true. It functions as if there are blades on the sides, but in the animation, it clearly is round, and that does not make sense for how the blade actually looks in real life, or how she uses it. Yeah,
I'll give you that much, because when I was playing the game, this is also insanely fucking nitpicky. Truly, it's
this
so
is as real as it gets, man. I'm so right about this.
When I was playing the game and saw the animation, I also was like, that thing looks fucking round. And I'm looking at the menu, it doesn't look that way. In the menu, it just looks like a blade.
Literally unplayable, Team Cherry. Patch the game right now and fix this problem. By the way, I gotta say, there's one other thing that annoys me about this. It's just, okay, you apply the oil, and, I guess it reveals the thing, and, it makes it sharp. Okay, now that if we're accepting the version as exists in the menu, we're making, the edges sharper, even though that's not what we're seeing. You apply oil to it, you can only apply so much oil. What does the oil do? Like I said, I guess it's making the edges sharper is what it's doing to deal more damage. But what does infusing a blade even mean in real life?
It's fucking magic, I guess it makes it magic.
All right,
magic.
I guess that it's magic. Okay, but you know what isn't magic? This I find almost insulting. It's like the last thing that happens in the animation. The needle sharpener guy, you know that little thing he does at the end where he reaches down real close and he flicks off. There's one hair. He flicks off the little hair, and I'm like, what substantive difference did that tiny little hair make on see, that's the thing. It's acting as though this thing has to be precisely balanced and remove every little fleck, and yet what's actually happened is there's an aura of magic that for some reason deals more damage. That little flick meant nothing. That's my point, and I'm deeply upset about this.
The way I imagined it is the needle. The needle is not infused with enough, pale energy, and also is fucking dusty and grimy and old, and Hornet's fucking, Hornet is broken, etc. The more oil and the more cleaning and sharpening it does, the more it starts getting rid of the grimes, getting rid of all the things that won't actually useful until we reach the core.
That does appear to be what's happening. Yeah. I just kind of think that flick off of the little detail
it's
at the
insane.
end.
I don't know why he does this.
It doesn't really make any sense for what's going on there.
I love thinking about Team Cherry designing this cutscene. They're like, what if it was funny if you just flicked a little hair off it and then we're just screaming about it?
In the first game, it's a dude pounding mithril into the blade, making it more strong and stuff. But that's the thing with this. All it does in this one is reveal its inner essence, I guess. So it's different, kind of.
Which I guess makes sense for the thing that we're he's just removing the grime because we finally see it's made out of hive steel. Here's the thing, though.
Right.
I would give you the needle design because in the posters and and some animations and some posters,
it's round, right?
It's round, but it's, I think some others also looks like this as it is in the menu in the game. So it's
I think we have a lore contradiction. At least some of the time there is a contradiction happening here with the design of the needle, which I guess its true name is the Hive Steel Needle, or I guess Hornet's Needle, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I think there's no other way to look at it. I think we have once again showed that Team Cherry does not know how to make a good video game. They can only make a bad video game, such as Hollow Knight Silksong, greatest game of all time, released last year.
That's why it didn't beat the French.
Indeed. If only they'd fixed the needle design, it would have beaten Expedition 33. Dude,
they had no idea how close they were.
Dude, what if you could like peer through life and like see the judges being like, guys, okay, we really like this game, but like this needle design, it just doesn't make any sense, man. What's going on?
We can't give it to you.
Dude, when the innocent genius is in charge, what does the oil even do, man? It doesn't make any sense.
The amount of shit talking we did about Expedition 33, even though, like, Nate, as far as I know, it's like
it's good.
Yeah, it's freaking great. Man, you think it's like a great game, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I definitely like it, and I like that it's saying like, "Fuck you." Of course, we can make good turn-based RPGs. You know, that's pretty gangster.
See, but what you don't know, or we don't realize, is that the Expedition 33 fans aren't going to make it this far into the video anyway. So.
Well, that's certainly true. They checked out long. This is a real video game, guys, so they're not interested in that.
They need their iPad.
They do. I mean, yeah, you want to go ahead, Noni?
No, I was going to go, hey, visuals. Do you have anything to put in the complaint department?
Yeah, what else you got?
I have one that I think I speak for almost every speedrunner of this game. The opening movement is actual F-tier dog shit garbage. Holy.
Dude, I've been doing the things where you jump and dash to like get the little extra bonus. It sucks. It's not fun.
Even before that. Before dash. Because, okay.
Oh, I don't mean dash. I mean like the downward attack to get the little forward. Yeah, that sucks.
So the entire first 10 minutes of the game is you having to do these little triangle jumps where you have to down slash in the air to like go forward. But as speedrunners, we figured out very quickly that if you let go of the directional keys as you hit the ground, like right before you hit the ground, you actually can jump instantly, like frame one.
No.
So you don't get. So this becomes this RSI inducing like mechanic that everybody has to do to start every run. It is so frustrating. Because we are just triangle jumping and like letting go of the buttons, and like sometimes you have to let them go a little bit earlier because you're coming from lower. Oh my god, it is actually the worst thing about running this game. It is actually such a deterrent that people are not wanting to do randomizers of the game because they don't want to have to, like, if they're going to do a randomizer race against somebody, right, you have to do that intro movement to be fast. And it makes a huge difference. If you watch, like, world record level speedrunners do it versus somebody who's even, like, 40th on the board, it is night and day. They'll save a full minute in that opening 10 minutes. To the point where I truly think when we start having like a main randomizer that everybody does, I think we should start either with starting with dash, which then I don't know what you put where the dash spawns, but I think the better idea is starting with Reaper, because I think that fixes everything. Because if you start with Reaper, you put Hunter where Reaper normally spawns. Then by the time you get there, you already have the dash, so you you wouldn't have to do that anyway. I think that fixes everything, and also I like Reaper better than Hunter anyway.
Based. Well, so the thing about this is, this is an understandable complaint for sure, but I will say, I'm going to defend Team Cherry for the first time in my life right now and say, this is a concern that really specifically targets speedrunners.
Oh, 100%.
And this is an ask, theoretically, like if things were modified, that would impact like other things about how the gameplay works. So like, I guess I want to ask, like, do you blame them for design? Like, do you think this is something that like you would change if you were them, or like like this is the design and like they happen to like this downward triangle dash thing? I'm just curious.
I think this is 100% not on them whatsoever. I don't think they. Like should care. They don't care. They shouldn't care about like what we have to do to go fast in the opening of the game. And whenever I talk about starting with Reaper, I specifically mean when we make the randomizer mod. Like, we will just mod it to start with Reaper. I don't think they should change that. I think starting with Hunter's fine. I think Hunter's cool. But I mean, if you watch my opening or my first ever playthrough on the release of the game, I talked so much shit about Hunter. But I've come to like it. I knew I was going to have to speedrun with it because obviously we're not going to spend the time to go get any of the other ones.
Right.
So yeah, I don't blame them for doing this. There's other things that I would blame them for. This is not one of them.
I do like Well, I do like the personality of like having like a forward downward dash or like you know attack. Like it obviously it sort of adds to the dynamism of Hornet's just like overall for her movement style. It's definitely cool.
And it's like a Hornet sting, right? Like a beast.
Yeah,
sting.
exactly. Yeah, definitely. So it's definitely cool, but yeah, it does have some knock-on effects. Okay, so understandable, very very true to form, very understandable for a speedrunner. Let me throw one in here. Okay, you guys are not gonna like this one, but okay, you know the ventrica. You know the ventrica in the like the travel pipes? Weren't they supposed to be not working properly, and yet they work perfectly for you the entire game? What's going on, Team Cherry? This is a lore contradiction. You see what I'm saying? Am I wrong about
they're
this?
Not supposed to be working?
I thought the whole reason they were closed off was because they're like, we're having problems with the ventrica. They don't work perfectly.
What is the ventrica?
Right? That's
it's
the
it's a little fast travel in the Citadel.
In the Citadel.
I do love whenever
I mean?
there's such a very clear like contradiction between we need to have a reason for all of these to work once you find them, but they don't work before you get there.
Right. Yes, exactly.
There's
And,
just
like,
a lever that needed to be flipped for some reason.
I'm pretty sure it said they're like not supposed to work properly, but like oftentimes it's like a lever. In this case, it should have been like we have shut them down because the plebs are using it and we hate the lower bugs and fuck them, and we're just we're keeping it for ourselves. And then you just unlock it and blah,
they got
blah, blah,
away with it with the stag beast in the first game because they're like he just didn't remember where anything was. So once you rang the
nothing
bell,
wrong with that.
It
That makes total
reminded him
sense.
that's a stop. Yeah.
Same with the bell beast. I mean, like first of all, they're sealed, and you got to open them up, and then you call the bell beast. Makes total sense. No problem with that. So boom, roasted. Worst game of all time. You want to do another one if anything comes to you to your mind?
Uh,
I think I've got one more for the record.
yeah. Let me see. Because I have nitpicks and like this is the problem is like whenever I've done like I did a marathon run last year, and it's like as a speedrunner, every speedrunner hates the game that they play. But they don't actually hate the game, obviously. They just they get to take a microscope to every small detail that frustrates them, and we have to see it over and over. So, like, I spend a lot of that marathon run talking about, like, oh, this is frustrating, or, like, that's, something that I don't love. But then people are just like, does he even like the game? I love this game. I think it's fucking 10 out of 10 fantastic.
Dude, I get shit like that too all the time for things like One Piece and like, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts or whatever it is. Like,
you're not allowed to criticize things you like because the internet all of a sudden thinks that you can't think that something's not perfect in a game that you would consider 10 out of 10.
The people that get it totally get it, but it's just very easy for people to misunderstand that and think that you like hate the thing or whatever. So, yeah, but we're all geniuses here. We understand. We understand the real deal. Well, okay. Well, I'll just say my last one. Or
go for it.
Were you gonna chime one in?
No, I don't think I have one queued up. Go for it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So
I think we're also coming up on the 3-hour mark, so might as well.
We're coming up pretty close. I've got this and one other thing to discuss, which I think will be quick. But okay, so here we go. So this is a real complaint that I do think is substantive, and this is sort of another one of my look. It doesn't ruin the game at all, but I do think it's something actually a little bit worse than the first game, and so it's basically everything to do with the bug theming. So the bug theming has definitely sort of weakened in the second game. In the first game, I don't know, dirt, moss, land, water, swamp, etc. And you're like a little bug. Yes, there are like god bugs, and there are like the White Palace, and there is stuff like that. None of that really holds a candle to stuff like the Citadel in Silksong. Like, at this point, with the concept of the Citadel, I understand Grandmother Silk is like silk-themed, spider-themed, but like, in all seriousness, this has almost nothing to do with bugs at this point.
I mean, they're robots.
Other than, there's robots, there's, and I get it. It's just that you could imagine just slotting in like humans or human-like things here, things being almost exactly the same outside of just the theming of things like Silk. Because we've all been saying, Silk just does everything. Yeah. Silk shouldn't really do literally everything. Like, why does Silk animate the dead? Why does Silk, do whatever? And I understand because Silk is connected to Soul and stuff, but it's just that in the first game, yes, there was God stuff. It felt more grounded in like actual bug stuff. Yeah, go on.
Okay, I can fight you on this. Like very.
Sure,
like,
go for it.
Hollow Knight, not Hollow, Hollow Nest is a fallen kingdom, so we kind of literally see the ruins of it. Because I think like the biggest sort of like thing I could put on the map is like the White Palace. Like when you go to the fucking White
right.
Palace, that thing like has like fucking
Which isn't
void
even there
robot.
anymore. Like
It is gone.
That's a
but-
memory of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can travel to the memory.
Yeah,
so,
you can travel to the memory. Like, yeah, when you go there, it's only a memory, and like we see like fucking void robots and all these fucking like teleportation and all these like extra insane technology. So like we're seeing like Hollow Nest as like the destroyed, abandoned kingdom of bugs. And I feel like Farloom,
Farloom.
yeah, Farloom is like the point of it is like Hornet is trying to save the kingdom from falling like Hollow Nest. So like we're kind of like seeing the bugs operating on like modus operandi, like normal powers, I would say.
I actually,
yeah.
Oh, I have a good comparison because
Sure.
in Hollow Nest, yes, it is like really run down and like in fallen, but when you look at what it used to look like, which is the White Palace, it does have saw blades on rails and like spikes that come out of the walls. Like it is kind of mechanical. So like, to his point,
And there's the tram. The tram still exists and
the
operates.
robots, yeah, the void bots.
Yeah, so I think like it does
the
kind
void
of lend
bots-
itself to be like these kingdoms. They do have stuff like that that's not exactly bug-esque, but because Hollow Nest was so run down, it showed it more.
Look, this is a question of degree. I totally agree with that, but I will push like the void bots. I don't think I would categorize that exactly as like robots, like they have tons of like clockwork robots and stuff in Silksong.
I mean,
because like they just cram void, like which is just this mass of stuff. Which, by the way, isn't very bug-like. I grant that. That's totally true. But they just cram that into stuff.
Yeah, they put it in like steel structures, literally. Though.
Well, you mean like the flying like black void
like the
dudes that you can
flying
pogo
black one,
off of?
Yeah.
But that's like just like a bug shell
Yeah, I was
that
gonna
they
say, that could be
stuffed
shell.
void into. You know?
But here's the, but I would like to again just say there's just the stuff we say from a memory of one place of how it used to be. You know what I mean? That's
Okay,
like,
let me grant you, because I agree with you that the Pale King and his boys are high level internet geniuses, no doubt about it, and they have like buzzsaws and clockwork stuff and stuff. This really is a question of scale. Because the Citadel is so big and has so much technology going on. And by the way, it's far outside of just the Citadel. There's lots of technology around too.
Yeah.
But it's a question of scale, and I just think they really went sicko mode with specifically like robot stuff that isn't really bug themed. And look, I respect it. The whole like church angle and the industrial angle, it's all interesting and cool. I do think we're getting a little bit away from the bug theme at its core, but I know there's Silk. I know there's themes of Silk and stuff like that, spiders related stuff. But yeah, that's my point. Anyway, go on.
Listen, I fully agree with you. Hollow Knight is a more, I would say Hollow Knight is a more like bug-esque atmospheric game, just because of the nature of the story it's trying to tell. You know what I mean? Because like, you know what it is?
Sure.
I feel like this is the, you're in a fantasy world. You know what it is? It's like Lord of the Rings. You know? Hollow Knight is Lord of the Rings. It's like you're traveling to like this world of like, magic is fading away. It's lost. People are moving on. It's very like kind of like somber, but also like, hey, what's the new age? And Farloon is like going back and reading like the Silmarillion and like the lore and be like, well, yeah, angels were just running around, bro, and everybody had magic. And look at the fucking floating.
I suppose.
You know what I mean? Look at the floating castles, dude. Those used to be everywhere, and everybody was magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. This really is all to say. I hope they make more games. I hope they make more stuff. The City of Steel. I mean, that sounds pretty, technology-esque. I guess we'll see when we get there, hopefully. But I just don't want to lose the bug identity, because I've always really liked that. And this sort of is like sequel theme creep. Like the first game was like really like it was the bug game, right? Bugs and all that stuff. This one is still bug game, but we're adding this like church thing going on. Church industry stuff. All I'm saying is, don't lose the theme completely. Keep it going. It's awesome. I don't even know if they'll make more games in the series. Obviously, many of us hope they will, but we'll see.
Honestly, you have stuff about the industry, mate. Honestly, the stuff that I'm like, what is the fucking secret spider nests with like teleportation? They just have teleportations, bro. They just have fucking teleportation pads. Like that was used to be like a dream nail thing, and I'm like, sure, that's like high level secret magic, but these like spider nests just have teleportation portals and just straight up like energy transfer systems. I'm like,
dude, it's Silk, man. Silk can do it all. Silk can do anything you want, man. It's crazy. You can shoot a laser beam out of Silk, which is Kino. Do you love that that gun?
Speaking of the bug thing, that is kind of ties into my other complaint, and I totally understand if I'm alone.
Is it too many bugs? There's too many bugs in this. This game's buggy, and I don't like it. They need to bug patch the game right now.
I don't think anybody's ever made that joke before.
I don't think it's. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm sorry. Go on.
No, you're fine. I am. Oh my god, I cannot express to you the repulsion I have toward the maggot water. It's the worst thing to ever exist. Holy, it made me never want to go to those areas unless I was absolutely forced to.
I do despise it intensely.
The most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Like, it's on my UI, dude. It's on my UI. Oh my god, it tilts the shit out of me.
UI,
and they give you that one trinket that lets you like resist it, but not for long. It's for like a couple
that was
seconds.
A permanent fixture anytime I had to go anywhere close to the areas.
Yeah.
Because I know people wouldn't expect it, but I have a very large bug phobia.
That is ironic coming from you.
Spiders scared the living shit out of me. I used to tell the story all the time. When I first started speedrunning Hollow Knight, I couldn't handle the deepness sounds, like the scratching and clawing.
Yeah.
I would turn the slider on the back of my headset down to 0 when I went to that area because I couldn't. It made my skin crawl. Through mostly exposure therapy to, like, they're little cartoons, so
playing
eventually it stopped bothering
man.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've never felt it flare up that hard than whenever I fell into that water.
With the maggots.
Oh my god, I hate biowater so much.
That's brutal. I hear ya. It is disgusting and vile. I don't feel quite the level of revulsion, but I get it.
I want to download the mod that removes it from your UI.
Holy
Go on, Noni.
shit. Based. I want to say, we're coming up on time. We gotta put a kibosh, but I do want to bring up one thing about Silksong. Did you feel that the design of Silksong, now that you've played it like 1,000 bajillion times visuals, do you feel that the design of Silksong is not, I would say mean-spirited, but like the developers were being funny? Like there's a lot of like just truly cruel bits, cruel jokes on like fake. There's a lot of like fake benches and fuck you instant death moments, like a lot.
I think they were challenged with the fact that, like, for example, when the Path to Pain was first added into the game, right before that was added, they, like, people were like, oh, the White Palace is too hard and we want like this, that, and the other. Then they put Path to Pain in the game and everyone was like, oh my god, why is there like no checkpoint whatsoever? Like, you have to like just keep going. And I was scared that they were going to cave into like people who were complaining about it being too hard. And then they put the Pantheons in the game and put no checkpoints in them whatsoever. And I was like, okay, so I respect their willingness to double down on like, just because you think it's hard, we're gonna keep going. We want
awesome.
We want you to feel a sense of like improvement once you finally overcome something. So I'm kind of glad that they kept that energy throughout Silksong.
I love it. You know, I'm a hard gatekeeper. I love it. Fuck them. Make them figure it out. Play it again, bitch.
Funny. Look, I wasn't like, damn, fuck you, honestly, except the fucking carnival minigame, except that one part. But otherwise, it did feel funny to do the entire fucking hunter thing, like the fucking, what are they called? The guy, I'm forgetting the name of the bug. The one with the Reaper crest.
Oh.
What is the name
of
that
area? The
Reaper crest.
You mean Greymore with the scissors? That's where the Reaper crest is, I think.
Yeah, they have like a name, like the ant nest. They have like a certain name. I don't remember it right now. Like
that. Oh, the place with all the ants, though.
Yeah, the place with all the ants.
Hunter's March.
Yes, Hunter's Marsh.
Yes.
I found it funny that when you do a Hunter's Marsh, when you fucking reach the bench, when you don't know what the fuck you're doing, if you sit, you get just smacked an instant death. That was fucking. That was funny. That was funny. But also, I could see how somebody would be like, "What?"
And that's all you got. I was just playing that today. You got to go a long way back to get back there if you die to that.
It is.
Yeah. Dude, that's brutal. Okay, hey, let's do a quick blast through segment. We can go a little over 3 hours. I just want to get through this section. We can do this fast. I have a list of like questions about favorite thing. Let's just blast through these and just say our favorite thing from this list I've got of like 10 of these. We can all just quickly mention the things we like about this. So let's do that, and we'll wrap up after that. So, first question is favorite environment. And I guess I'll just go first and say it's basic bitch shit, but the coral chambers are totally awesome. They're fabulous. They look cool as shit. It's this awesome like culmination when you finally get to the top. By the way, I'm just going to cheat and throw in some other ones too. In terms of concept of the coolest area, the Memoriam is so thematically cool.
Oh, that's
that
my
it's
number
like
one.
The Citadel. Okay, there you go. Trying to like preserve the other biomes within the Citadel. So sick.
It felt like a
And just in terms
museum of all the other areas, like just.
And I
little
love that,
pieces
like,
of it.
one's breaching containment, which is so cool. That like the Verdania one, it's awesome.
Yep.
And Verdania shall live again. And in terms of aesthetics, the Coral Tower memory is so beautiful with like the blue and red everywhere. It's just awesome. But okay, I'm cheating with 3. Viz, you wanna? You already said Memoriam though. Is that your number 1?
I think that was the part where I was like actually blown away by just how much I appreciated the aesthetic. But I think my favorite area in the game is probably. I mean, it's right in the beginning, and I just love it. Is Deep Docks. Because they didn't get to make their like lava and bone area from Hollow Knight that was cut.
Yeah.
So I was just appreciating that they had this like industrial metal, bell head guys. Like, I don't know. I just love that whole area. I think it's sick.
Yeah, it was awesome. And Noni, what do you think?
I'm a sucker for final boss arenas. I love the flower arena that you fight.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Dude, me too. Well,
I
I was gonna. Yeah, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no,
I don't
it's
mean to
just
cut you off.
I love those kind of areas like Kingdom Hearts 2 mentioned. Hey man, Kingdom Hearts 1, the world, the end of the world, whatever the place is called, where it's like just like you're walking on like essentially liquid water.
Yeah.
Like
The end of the world, I believe. The
Yeah,
final
literally,
place.
the end of the world. It's just like fucking empty void with like the glass.
Super Kino.
Yeah, super
Kino.
I just love those kind of areas that's just like, damn, like you made it. This is the finale of the game, bro.
I hear you. Dude, my next question was going to be favorite individual room. Because and top of my list was the flower room where you fight Link. So exactly your pick. It looks so good. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to throw in some other little ones here. So I really love the Terminus Ventrica room, as in when you first discover the Ventrica, you can travel to one location, and it's the terminus at the very top that you only reach at the very end as you're right about to fight Grandmother Silk. I love that they give you like a little preview of the transportation room that you will reach later on in the game. Yeah. Something about that I just find really interesting and compelling, and it gives you like a goal to search for as you play through the game. So love that room. And I gotta give a shout out to Crucified Grandmother Silk in the Abyss Cocoon at the bottom. Looks totally sick. Love that room, love that arena. But okay, Viz, what do you think? Any rooms that stand out to you?
I think the broken Grandmother Silk first arena. Like after you activated, the fact that it's just completely run down and it has like the same, like the spikes that come out of the ground, but they're just laying there like broken. I don't know. It just had such a cool like destroyed aesthetic.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm not following. Which room? The Grandmother Silk after you defeat her? Like
Yeah.
in the Abyss?
No. So after you activate Act 3, where like everything like exploded up there.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Right. I got you.
Like her
the place
platforms
where
and stuff are like all like along the ground and like fucked up.
Where you find like her arm lying there that you can use to get a new what do you call it?
Tool.
Oh yeah, that's so sick. By the way, I love that aspect that you just find her arm there and you pick it up and get like a new ability. So awesome. Okay, boom. Favorite boss fight. Let's go. Voltworm Chads? Can I get some representatives from the Voltworm? Pale Stag Gods. Can I hear representatives from the Pale Stag Champions? The worst boss in the game by far. It's
God, it's horrible.
Okay, it's not that one. Okay, no, seriously. I gotta give a shout out to my boy, the absolute unit, the Crawfather. The Crawfather is so totally awesome. These aesthetics of this fight are next level. Hornet has received a summons and is to be put on trial for crimes against Farloom and will be judged guilty or innocence based on her raw power as judged by the god Crawfather himself. Dude, the theming, fantastic. This gives all the like bird dudes so much more like thematic resonance to me that they're like, we are justice pilled boys. We will determine. You will be held to account for your crimes against like the whole world. And the aesthetics of the fight are fabulous, and the sound of his steel beak like pounding the ground as he does his pound attack, I just love it. I love the Crawfather. He's so good. And you could say Grandmother Silk is awesome too, but you know that kind of goes without saying. I'm all about Crawfather. That's my boy.
Can I say that I appreciate everything around Crawfather other than the actual act of fighting him?
I hear you, because there's a lot of birds flying around. There's kind of some bullshit.
They kind of bob up and down. It's kind of frustrating.
I didn't exactly mention how good the fight itself is. I
noticed you left that part out.
I did.
Yeah, the fights.
The fight's okay. It's okay.
Hey, I want to be a basic bitch. The lace fights. The lace fights were the highlights. They're kind of like
Sure.
the capstone of every act, and I think they did what they needed to do, like, beautifully.
Yeah.
Good pick. Good pick, Viz. What do you think?
I think I have to go first center. It was like,
yeah,
I'm
sure.
not going to sit here and
Good point.
act like I'm a god gamer who first tried every boss, but I definitely wasn't in I gotta lock in or I'm not gonna get past this until I got to first center, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta like pay it. Like, she's healing on the other side of the room. I gotta get over there.
Dude, it was so good.
Yeah,
It's just like got your kit mirrored. Yeah, it's so
yeah,
good.
it just felt like such a nice flow to it, and it, like, I don't know,
Yep.
everything about it just felt so like exciting.
Flow, dude. The flow
Yes.
is that fight is fantastic for sure.
Cohesive.
Cohesive and awesome. And you don't expect it because you think you're about to get a power up, and then bam, fighting a boss. Totally awesome. Totally sick.
And honorable mention to, even though I think the boss is super duper easy, Cogwork Dancers is just so peak.
Oh yeah, great theme, great like aesthetic, and it is super satisfying to nail once you've got it figured out. Yeah, Cogwork Dancers rule. And of course, there's the epic. Oh, the sad one at the end. No, I'm so sad. Yeah, it's pretty.
The doomed
now.
Yowie.
Indeed, very true.
It is really funny.
Yeah.
That like you get the 3 hearts, you can just go, or you can just go kill them. You can just go kill them for the love of the game, baby.
That's what she does. She just loves to kill.
It like frees them, you know. It like frees them forever.
Oh yeah, they're free. They're free.
Also dead. Also
Free
like,
you from the existence
Free to
of living
die.
again.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Life is a cage and death is the key, as they say.
I think I have an image for it, but let's keep going. I'm gonna post an image, Nate, that I think you might want to put in the episode.
Okay, post it. I'll take a look at it. All right, next question. Favorite tool, and we are going to split it up by red, blue, and yellow tools. I'm just going to be a basic-ass bitch and say, yo, tacks. I'm all in on tacks, baby. Tacks are busted as fuck. I used poison tacks, so yes, blue pick is the polyp pouch, baby. Love me some polyp pouch tacks. Poison tacks, insane damage. I used it like my entire first playthrough. Extra shout out to, I did enjoy the straight pin. It was just like the cleanest, best tool for the beginning of the game. And the long claw as the blue one is also fantastic. And then, okay, for yellow, what else could it be but the magnetite dice?
That's
baby.
the only answer.
All in. It's the only answer. I must give a small shout out to, dude, I had my compass and my magnetite brooch on pretty much the entire game. They're steady, no frills, all meat, no
Plus the scuttle burst.
fat. I don't even remember which. Is that the don't move when you get hit one?
No, that's the one we were talking about where you like.
Oh yeah, the scuttle
dash
burst.
backwards.
It's just that I like didn't really get a lot of utility out
that's
it,
fair,
even though
fair.
it looks really cool. But dude, when I did get tons of utility out, this is my last yellow one, I swear. The Silk Speed anklets, baby, that just make you faster. Holy shit, that's what I'm talking about. I always go for that in the game as soon as possible. So give me more speed. That's what I want. Okay. Viz, what do you think?
When you said the basic bitch answer for red, I thought it was going to be mine because it's Cogfly.
Yeah.
It's
of
actually
course.
just so
no,
goated.
that's too easy. That's too easy a choice. I can't pick that one. I have to pretend to be cool.
They are just so useful. It's just set it and forget it type of
Yep.
damage. Like, I don't know. And
It's just insane. They're just so good.
Put it
do
with
you
the-
do any strats where you like, put poison on one, put out one at a time to let them poison to like max the damage for the, for the total, or is that like too slow for like a speed run?
depending on what I need it for. Like if
Yeah.
Like if I needed to fight Carmelita like really under geared, maybe. But otherwise, no. It's just put out 3 and let them go to work. I'd say for blue, it's kind of
always
a
just
weird
go long
choice.
Yeah.
It's as a Wanderer enjoyer, I kind of had Long Claw on for my entire playthrough because I can't take it off. But no, I think I'm gonna go with Claw Mirrors. I just thought they were fun.
Yeah, okay.
Like-
I never used those particularly, but everybody seems to love them.
As somebody who is a speedrunner and shouldn't be like healing a bunch, it was just so much fun to actually land. And if you are one of those weirdos who does like the Witch Crest, I don't know if you know about the Witch Crest nuke.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
There is a certain combination of tools that you can put on that includes the Claw Mirrors, Injector Band, and Witch Crest, where you can one-shot most things in the game by healing next to them. It actually
healing? Okay.
You just
Yeah,
because they're the Witchcrest bind or the Witchcrest heal.
Right.
Yeah, if you do it next to nothing, you don't get healed. It steals health from around it. But when you combine it with certain tools, you actually just explode and kill anything. It's pretty sick.
That's dope. The one that I know is that you put like the volt, whatever, like you
Volt
put
filament.
on an angle. Yeah, you put the volt filament stuff, or the one where you throw the capsule that like hits the ground and then shoots on a diagonal, and then you throw like a bunch of the spinning double-bladed ant axes, whatever they're called. And if you do that, you can unleash like ungodly damage to kill basically everything in one hit if you like time it correctly. That's the one that I was watching like a couple guides on like what are the best busted abilities, but yours is probably better. You probably it's probably more consistent.
Yeah, but then you have to use Witchcrest, so not really.
That's true. And so for yellow, it's got to be magnetite, right?
Yeah,
I mean, what else?
It's magnetite dice. I guess small shout out to Ascendant's Grip.
Sure.
I like not sliding and just being able to stick on the wall. But no, it's magnetite dice, and also another thing about magnetite dice that a lot of people don't know. Wanderer's Crest. Do you know about the crit?
I do know about how it boosts your crit by like 0.01 or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
I think it's
hilarious.
Normally, yeah, I don't want to be wrong, but yeah, basically it boosts by a little bit, but it's always nice whenever you have like a big two health hit like not happen.
Yeah. Indeed. All right, Noni, you want to add to these?
The compass, the Chad compass.
Chad compass, hell yeah.
Compass, baby. Gotta wrap it up.
Can't beat that.
All other crests fucking go out and get destroyed. The Chad compass, that's all I need.
All compass, nothing else. Nothing else on my bill.
I am compass built, bro. What can I say?
Dude, me too. I never take that shit off if I can avoid it.
Okay, I found the image, Nate. There you go.
Okay, let me take a look.
Why this is so fucking specific?
Tragic gay couple, evil and fucked up spider. Dude, yeah, she sees gays, she kills them instantly. This is Hornet's story.
It's so true.
Damn, Hornet. What the hell, bro? I couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Although I did control her doing that, so I guess this doesn't look good on us boys. We're in trouble now.
There's some self-reflection, but who knows?
Some self-reflection is warranted. Okay. Yeah, do you want go ahead?
One last thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like no one gives it the love because nobody knows what it does. Do you guys know what Weave Light does?
I forget. Help me out.
So, the Weave Light, it says it increases the speed of silk regeneration, which is not a good description of what it does, because that's such a... Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But, you know how silk hearts will make it to where you can't be at 0 silk, they'll regen?
Yes.
So, it makes that speed basically cut in half, but also acts as a 4th silk heart. So you can never go below 4.
Okay. That's going to give you access to a lot of stuff with 4 silk. Yeah.
So Weave Light actually is kind of goated, and no one uses it. And I didn't use it before I looked up what it was.
It needs to explain better how it works.
The description's really bad because it makes you think that you're gonna get a soul catcher where like you get more per hit, but that's not what it does at all.
Noni, did you want to add any others, or you just full
just
compass, nothing else? Okay, fair. All right, let's hit this. Favorite crest. As I said, I'm a Reaper cell to the day I die. Love me some Reaper. Everything else is second place, baby. That's what I say.
Same. I have.
It is slow, but it's so reliable and good. And I know it's like not like a ton of like healing stuff, but once you've used it and you're scattering those orbs everywhere, and you're like, yes, there's so much soul for me to pick up. I love it. I think it is so good. I think it's fantastic. So, what do you guys think?
I'm also going Reaper. Just pure Reaper. Here's the thing. Wanderer is objectively better. Like, straight up, Wanderer is objectively better.
Well, not in range. Range is worse, and range matters, man.
Hey, it doesn't matter if
can
you're
use
hitting
his
the
long claw.
heart. The DPS for Wanderer is crazy.
That it certainly is. It certainly is. Liz, any opinions here?
I was definitely a Hunter hater to start. Found Reaper, loved it. Only thing I don't like about it is that the up slash is missing the other half. So like if they're slightly behind you, it doesn't hit. But I enjoyed it.
It's also slow, which is annoying. But what do you gotta do? Yeah.
I wish it like did more damage for like the trade off for how slow it is, but I still enjoyed it. And then I found Wanderer, and I was in love. And I was.
How could a speedrunner pick anything? Other than Wanderer?
It's just so sick.
Okay, so that's crests. Okay, this one I'm passionate about. Favorite upgrade. What is the favorite upgrade that you get in the game? And I'll tell you mine right now. I want to make sweet, passionate love to the Fade Down Cloak. So, sure, It's the double jump. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I don't even care about the double jump. What I love about it is that it also protects you from cold permanently. The game did such a great job of making me despise the cold, and I was like, this is the worst part of the game. Holy shit, please free me, God. And then when you get that big, snuggly, warm ball of down in your coat, and you're now invincible to cold all the time, and it's a double jump, dude, thematically, Kino. Aesthetically, Kino as fuck. It's my favorite upgrade. Love it so much.
Here's the thing about that, though. It does. It kind of does the same thing with the oils, which is like...
No, what are you saying? It's nothing like the oils. This makes total sense.
Let me explain.
Okay.
The difficulty to get the cloak, the double jump, to get that immunity to fucking cold, you already go through all the hottest cold places. You know what I mean?
Okay, you're right, but the game gives you abilities or areas you have to have a double jump to get to.
Obviously.
So sure, it's arbitrary, but it's still good.
Yeah, but specifically for the cold. Specifically for the cold is like, hey man.
Well, all right, you got me there. That's kind of true.
Yeah, you're not going back there.
I went back. You got to get like some of the trinkets if you haven't. Because you are not going to get the trinkets.
Yeah, there's
the first
one
time. But you're right.
boss
It just shuts off the concern. You no longer have to think about it. That's true.
Yeah,
that's certainly true.
And I'm pretty sure like one of the boss fights against the Nail Master is in a cold area, so like having the double
yes,
jump
correct. The Nail Mistress.
But it's like again, hey man, here is the oil upgrades, bro, for your fucking needle. By the way, we do need you to go through the hardest places in the game to even get them. So we already did it.
It's true. There's kind of no purpose, but that's why we need the DLC to give us unbelievably hard bosses that you like basically need the thing to have any hope of beating. Not really, but it'll make it a lot easier for people. So there is hope. The game is not yet complete. There will be more shit coming that will justify your struggle, Noni. So stay strong. Stay strong, buddy. Do you guys have a favorite upgrade or just an upgrade that you deeply love?
I have one
Dash
that I'm
Chads.
passionate about.
What's that?
The claw line is the greatest thing they've ever added to a video game.
It's so good, man. Yeah.
Everything about it is just absolute peak. Every time I get it in a speed run, I love everything that comes after it so much.
Yes,
more.
you feel like such a god once you get it.
Yes.
It was absolutely,
if you haven't seen people climb up to the Architect's Melody through like the gears while using the claw line, you can use it to bounce off of gears on the wall.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my god! And then like having the like offensive and defensive capabilities of like being able to move in midair. Plus, if you use a claw line against an enemy and then downward dash, you can do another like needle instead of bouncing off them into the air. So there's like a combo of like claw line to hit them. It does a little bit of damage. You down slide or down dash and then slide. Oh, it's everything about it is just so sick. It's my favorite part of the game.
Who would have thought that like this kind of basic looking ability Hornet had in Hollow Knight would turn out to be like such just a kit monster and just like make you feel like a god to use in practice once like the player gets to, she was like a little baby. We need a player to get in there to min-max and do the god level strats.
And I think that embodies everything I wanted out of Silksong because I wanted to feel like, hey, she looked really cool and nimble and like resourceful in Hollow Knight. I want to feel that way when I play as her. And Clawline is exactly where it like peaked at the highest it ever got to.
So true, bro. So true. Noni, what do you think?
Here's an actual pick, probably Clawline, but since that's already been glazed to death, I'll have to say, I just like the fucking float. The float not for mechanical reasons.
It kills your horizontal momentum though. It's a nightmare.
She looks so fucking cute, Nate.
She does look
so
adorable. That's
adorable.
True. Like, it's probably the cutest thing that she does in the game. Use the float.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Oh, my waifu Hornet. I love how cute she is when she floats. Isn't that fun for me?
God, the fucking...
This is you. This is you in real life, Noni.
Somebody in the comment section of my GDQ run said, wow, did he say bug waifu? I had to turn the video off. Okay, good riddance, man. She's my bug waifu. Shut up.
He's not bug pilled at all. So get serious.
No,
although, does your IRL waifu care to weigh in on that on this reality viz?
She likes Hornet.
Well, that's good.
No commentary. No further commentary necessary.
Okay, Noni, any other comments there, Noni?
Specifically?
Yeah.
The one thing I'm like sad about, but also I'm like fine that it didn't happen, that I missed in the game was getting kidnapped. I didn't get kidnapped because
me either.
I met the dude that I fucking murdered him. I'm pretty sure like
Yeah, you're too skilled. You're too skilled for
Same.
that. I think I looked that up. I was like, I saw that happening. I was like, something's up here, and I think I looked it up, and I was like, okay, let's.
pretty
I
sad.
didn't spoil myself completely.
I was kind of sad that I didn't get to experience the kidnapping
same.
because my friend told me about it. He looked up where those things happened, but I had already killed a guy. So I just am running around to the 3 spots where you're supposed to get kidnapped and nothing happened. So I had to like do it on a second playthrough. But I was kind of sad that like it didn't give me the option. So I didn't get to experience it.
This is the eternal like paradox of like games that have like major elements that are like secret and missable. And like on the one hand, it's really cool that it's secret and missable and some people will get it. On the other hand, you know, sometimes good-hearted, overly skilled gamers just don't get, you know, got in that same way. And so, you know, actually, I can't say I blame them, but...
I have a similar complaint about one aspect of Hollow Knight, because I think they did almost the exact same thing, and that's the fact that you can banish Grim without knowing what you're doing, and you're forever locked out of NKG. Because I did that in my first ever playthrough. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought that was the only option was to banish him. I didn't know it was banish him or go fight the best fight in the game, or one of the best fights in the game. And so, I just got rid of him, and I had to go through a second playthrough to find him again.
You always, like, in these menus, the first time you're playing the game, you always just say yes to everything. Like, do it. Yep, let's do the thing. Yeah, but in this case, sometimes you gotta think, alas. Which I don't want to do when I'm playing a video game, as we all know. I have a thing for favorite song. We kind of already went over that. Cogwork Core, baby. It's all about Cogwork Core and whatever. We already talked about this, so that's cool stuff. Cog Bros are feasting right now, no doubt. Favorite character / NPC?
Hornet. Hornet.
Hornet? Oh, well, except Hornet, obviously. She's first of all, she's not an NPC, bro. She's a PC. You would know that
PC,
if you
bro.
weren't a lowly fool. Okay, Garmund and Zaza. I mean, come on. Obviously, Garmund and Zaza are extremely based and red-pilled, and their quest is awesome. And the tragedy of like one of your bros getting voided, which by the way is kind of your fault. You killed Garmund. He didn't die to any enemy spear or even like the Silk. It was you with your void shit that fucked over Garmund. I feel bad about that right now thinking about it. I'm so sorry. I didn't have to play Act 3. I could have turned it off with Act 2. I'm so sorry, Garmund. But got to be those guys for me. But
I'll just go Lace.
Sure.
I thought Lace was just here's the Lace is the Hornet of Hollow Knight, essentially.
True.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's like
the next game's going to be about her as the main character. It's going to happen.
That would be insane.
That'd be something. That'd be interesting. That'd be cool. We could make like a DLC for Silksong where you play as Lace. I don't know. That was the plan with Hornet in Hollow Knight.
I was gonna say I was gonna let NoNeed go first because I wanted to cheat with 2, and if you picked one, I was just gonna go the other. But I am gonna cheat with 2, and it's Shocker and Sherma.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody likes Sherma. Yeah. Everyone likes his
Everyone loves Sherma. She's great. She I don't even know.
Yeah,
Bug.
I don't know. And Chakra is just badass.
Yeah, what a fucking hero, by the way. What a hero, like, in the fucking Belltown, if you go...
Yeah, defending Bellheart while you are off doing stuff. She's a hero, no doubt. Dude, the whole quest line where you, like, find her master and stuff, bruh.
Under the fucking waterfall, dude.
Epic bruh moment right there. Yeah, that was awesome. That was totally Kino. Really the only, like, true, like, sort of equal warrior to Hornet in the whole... I mean, you could say, like, Lace, but not exactly. Lace has got her own shit going on. Yeah, Shaka's... I mean, plus, like, Hornet's kind of like a martial artist with some magic powers, and Shaka's just, like, you know, a martial artist with
Hornet is
rings
a god.
Okay.
Chakra's just a lonely Rockly in the Leaf Village.
in a world of Uchihas and Uzumakis.
Exactly. The more the game goes on, like, the more the game goes on, it's like, okay, Hornet has her needle, kind of has silk powers. No, the silk powers can't do anything. No, she's fucking. Oh yeah, she is half god. She kind of goes through the Naruto arc of just like, I am literally built different than everybody else.
You know, you're right, but we just kind of knew that because we know that she's half
Nepo
worm already.
Baby,
and then
she
is a Nepo baby. It's true. By the way, okay, yeah, go ahead.
I have to state it. This is the Bleach meme. I'm so sorry. Her dad's a fucking pale guy. Her fucking mom is like a half silky other gods. She fucking her best best, her brother.
She was
is
raised
like
by like a bee who's like the greatest warrior of her age or whatever. So she's just
also her fucking siblings, her 7,000 aborted siblings are all like
Right,
masters
right.
of the fucking literal voids.
Yep,
We're fucking never,
yep.
baby.
Dude, why is her name Hornet? Okay, did they let Vespa name her or something?
Yeah,
What's
that's-
going on?
Presumably.
What's up?
Presumably.
I think they definitely changed their mind a little bit.
Yeah, I
because
think so. I think so.
I think they wanted it to be more Vespa like related, and they were like, "Oh, but
Yeah.
no, but what if we did this thing? Okay, Vespa can train her though." It's like,
Oh, okay,
alright.
sure, fine. Even though Vespa's canonically not like the bee people are supposed to like hate Hollow Knight or Hollow Nest and like not want any involvement. Kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay, whatever. I guess they made a deal or
The
something.
Silk Bros, man. The Silk Bros.
By the way, we were talking about oh god, what the Shaka. Okay, was anyone else just absolutely deflated by how terrible Shaka's like red tool rings are? They just suck. They're not good. I was so excited to get them, but they're terrible. They're awful. Yeah. Oh man, it's that was unfortunate.
Honestly,
Cherry patched the game.
A little part of me was like, "Oh, I wanted that to be better," but then the other part of me was like, "I am already using cog flies, and I didn't want to have anything better." So
Yeah,
I'm alright.
No. It's like a theme thing. Shaka is so good that she makes this bullshit weapon absolutely fantastic because she's so good with her ninja skills and stuff. So it's a feature, not a bug. It's actually lore relevant to Shaka being an absolute gangster on the battlefield.
Hell yeah.
So there you go. That's my cope. Okay, I'm just gonna give 2 shout outs to cool dudes. All right, my boy Ballo. My boy Ballo, operating the diving bell, is clocking into work every day, doing his damn job, absolutely plot vital for you, saving the universe. You know, this is the guy that you get to, like, operate the diving bell. We all clear on who Ballo is. Okay, meanwhile, the fucking Forge daughter sits on her useless ass all day doing fuck all. Ballo's out there shoveling shit. He's like, yes, working hard every day, clocking and clocking out. Classic nepotism pick, Forge daughter versus Chad, come from, work from a blue collar, rising to the top, grinding everyday Ballo. Absolutely Ballo pilled out of my mind over here. Yeah, that's my guy right there. Ballo's based. And final. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, speaking of Ballo, just real quick.
Yeah.
Did anybody else feel like that diving bell, like going down into the abyss? It almost felt like it was apart from a different game. Like, it just felt so unique, I guess.
Like, once you get to the abyss, like, how different it feels?
Well, just like everything about the cutscene and about like, go down, like go up to talk to him at the the control panel. I don't know. It felt so like different from everything else that I had experienced so far.
Yeah, it's definitely sort of this kind of. It's what I was talking about before about like thematically we're in like sci-fi world now and we're like plunging into like outer space, only the opposite, like deep underground space or something. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. By the way, the weave nests are the same way for me. It's like alien technology of these weavers, just like in the middle of like bug land. So some weird stuff going on there. Okay, 2 shout outs real quick. 12th Architect was based and helpful pilled. So we love 12th Architect. Also, he looks cool. The architects look awesome, and he's the only one that's alive still that we know of. So he was awesome. And final aesthetic shout out to my boy Lottie the Ladybug. I think Lottie the Ladybug looks cool as shit, and I love his aesthetic, and I love his straight pin minigame. So just big hearts sent out to Lottie the Ladybug, my guy. There you go. Okay, we've got another one here. Awesome lesbian couple versus evil and intimidating Hornet. Shaw! Killing.
It's just so specific. It was like on my monitor for like the last 30 minutes. I'm like, I have to link it. I have
a problem with this because she doesn't actually
why does it say lesbian?
say Shaw. Yeah, they're definitely...
Well, first of all, they're men. Second of all, they're just roommates. They're just roommates that get along really
Look at
well,
them, bro.
okay?
This is
They're
roommates.
twin rulers of Verdania. Wait, yeah, but that's the thing. She never says Shaw in the
she doesn't
entire
say it.
game. Bro, which is so bizarre. Why did they not include a single Shaw?
Why didn't they
Dude,
include any of them? The Adida, the Shaw...
Yeah, I guess they wanted to,
goods.
like, do new stuff. Get good!
Yeah,
Dude, that's,
exactly.
that one's Kino. I think they're saving that for, like, when you beat the super ultra mega boss, she's gonna say all the lines. She's gonna finally say the line, Hornet. Shaw!
It's the fan service
Adigo! Dude, yes. They should do a thing where you could, like, get an upgrade where, like, her voice tracks all change to, like, the original voices or whatever, all her lines. Dude, that would be sick. Okay, I've got like 2 things left here. Or, okay, 3 total. All right, here we go. Ready for this? Oh, sorry. Were you saying something, Viz?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Favorite platforming section. Okay, here we go. So, Mount Faye was definitely epic, and I enjoyed climbing it very much. You got to use the claw line, you got to do all kinds of crazy shit up there, and you get your double jump. Yeah, Mount Faye was awesome. I do have another one, but I'm going to save it for a second until the next section. But what do you guys think? What's another platforming section you really enjoyed? Oh, actually, quick shout out to the first time you get Dash. When you first get Dash, it gives you like a straightaway, just run.
Yeah.
And do the dash jump like a couple times in a row in that one long room. That just feels so good once you have the dash that I just love that room too. But okay, Viz, what do you think, buddy?
Before I speedrun, I probably wouldn't have said this, but now it's the only thing that comes to mind, and it's just the gear puzzle on the way up to Architect's melody.
Yep.
There's just so much you can do in that room. Even if you didn't, do speedrunner tricks, like it just feels so satisfying to climb. I just love everything about it.
Hell yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I gotta watch some of the speedrunners do that room, because like I haven't even really seen much of that, but with all the gears and the walls that you could obviously like hit and bounce off of, I'm sure it's gonna look totally insane. I gotta check it out. But okay, Noni, what do you think?
I think it's just the mount. I don't think that is. I mean, it's similar to Hollow Knight, which is like the thing that stands out as a platforming section was like the White Palace and the Path of Pain. So kind of with like this game, there's like Mount Faye and the other like section in the mountains, like the final like big challenge to meet the mushroom. It's like a bad. Yeah.
Well, okay, so I appreciate that. Let me just say that I was actually cheating and lying just now, because my next section is favorite achievement. What is the favorite achievement that you achieved in the game? Like a Steam achievement, one of the mementos, one of the crests. And for me, it 100% is what you were just referring to, the secret climb to the surface. This is actually my favorite platforming section because it's so fucking hard, and it feels so good to do it the first time and get to the surface and the nameless town, and getting that, like, whatever it's called, like the nameless memento or something for the town. I feel such pride when I look at that in my inventory and think, hell yeah. No, you must have done that one, right? Did you get to the surface at least?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank God, because you have not beaten the game. If you have not gotten to the surface, that's canon fact, folks.
Canon fact.
So yeah, it's hard as shit, that section, but there's like unique bugs there, and dude, going back there to like kill those bugs to complete the Hunter's Journal, very challenging to like fall the right way to like kill them to finally feel that, but yeah, I did it, and it was totally awesome. So okay, Viz, what was your favorite achievement in the game?
I think
kind of an odd question, I guess, but
no, I think I just have to go speedrunner.
Just the 5 hour one, right?
Yeah, 5 hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, I like the complete the game in under 30 hours as well, but just the fact that the original speedrunner achievement in Hollow Knight is the reason why I started speedrunning and put me on this whole thing in the first place. So yeah, I just appreciate. I mean, and fun fact, it actually used to be 3 hours when the game first came out.
Oh my God, 3 hours. Dude, I checked. I beat it in like 4 hours, 20 minutes, so I haven't even really beaten the game. I have not beaten the game for real. One of these days. What's like the general pace for, is it like, it's like 53 minutes or something, I think I saw currently? Does that sound right?
For like world record?
For any percent world record.
For Cloakless,
like 50 some minutes, right?
Yeah. Cloakless 48 minutes, with Cloak 40 or 51.
Yeah, okay. So it's a sub 1 hour though, so that's our goals, folks. Let's see if we can do that. Do not come watch the next episode until you have beaten the world record of Hollow Knight Silksong. That's what you have to do. Prove yourself. Noni, how about you?
Sister of the Void. It's just the achievement you get after the funny Hollow Knight shows up.
Hey,
if this podcast hasn't communicated, I fucking love the story.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good, folks, let me tell you. And, okay, so the final one I have is, dude, forget everything else about this game. I couldn't give less of a shit about the rest of this game completely. This is what I wanted to talk about since the very beginning, and it is, what is your favorite animation that plays in the game? And I'll tell you mine right now. You know when you get your bell home, and you can lie down on the bed? Right? We're all clear on this? And you know how when you open the map, when you're lying on the bed, you can see her lying down kind of casually, like just tiny. She's lifting the map a little bit. That animation, and you can just spam it over. You can close the map, open it, and she goes, "Burr, burr, burr, burr." That animation of her opening the map lazily in bed is literally me. That's literally me in the game, lying in bed, being comfy and looking at stuff, playing my switcheroo, playing Silksong or something. Just, I felt so deep a connection to Hornet with that. Yes, the opening the map up while lying on bed is my favorite animation in the game. I don't know what you guys will say, but anything come to mind for you, Viz?
When you said animation, I was thinking like cutscene, but
that too. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's all good.
I think
it better not be the animation where she puts the oil on the thing, because that's not canon. That's wrong. It's supposed to be angular, not round. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
No, I think it's actually this stupid little thing that I do all the time in runs whenever I'm like waiting. And it's if you are holding down the sprint button and you spam left, right, she does this little like dance where she's like
the
skittering.
shimmy back and forth.
Yeah, it's my
right,
favorite.
Right.
Yeah, I do that constantly.
Noni, what do you think?
It's the
Anything?
animation she has from that quest we mentioned that just like give her like mechanical movement. She just fucking moves like a spider.
Yeah.
The little
scuttle brace.
spider. Yeah.
Probably
That's totally sick. Well, and with that, I've reached the end of my list, guys. I think we've said literally everything there is to say about Silksong. It's a pretty good game. Would recommend. Looking forward to the DLC. Any other comments that either of you would like to make?
I think we've said everything there is to say, so it means there should be
so.
no more Silksong content on the internet.
No more
starting
videos
today.
about Silksong, guys. This is it. We've reached the limit of what we can intellectually come up with. Noni, anything else you want to add to the pile
and
here?
They were roommates, and they were
They were guys. They're just
they
roommates
were all
for
roommates,
real.
dude. Hornet, Lace, the
Hornet,
two
Lace,
fucking
the
bugs.
green boys. Yeah.
The cog people, all of them, all just
Well,
roommates.
look, it's one of two things. They're either roommates or Hornet is a homophobic murderer. You choose. Which of those is true, folks at home?
The
Vote
other
at
option
home.
isn't real.
Indeed. All right, well, thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for listening. We have to, again, give a huge thank you to Visuals for being here, joining us for this extremely enjoyable and fun and meaty discussion on Silksong. So thank you, Viz. Thanks for being here, buddy. Really appreciate it. Nice to finally talk, voice to voice, as it were.
Thank you for the invite.
Chill.
Happy to do it. And so, of course, go watch everything that Viz does. Go to his Twitch and to his YouTube. There will be links in the description. I assume you're streaming fairly regularly. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, multiple times a week. And also I have like 200 Silksong shorts on my YouTube if you want to go binge.
Oh,
them,
hell
let's
yeah.
Go for it.
All right, dope. So go check him out, everybody. Thank you for listening. Hey, and don't forget to go to patreon.com/internetgenius to sign up. Give us $5 a month for bonus episodes that will be coming soon. And ooh boy, I cannot wait until I get some ad buys in this show. I'm going to be hitting you guys with so many ads. It's going to blow your freaking mind, including the Patreon and whatever else I can cram in here. Yes, you are a vessel to be sucked of money the way that Lace be sucking that silk out of Hornet every single night in a
Completely
totally
platonically.
heterosexual
So
roommate
platonic.
platonic type way. That's correct.
platonic.
That's canon. I said so now it's true. That's the internet genius way. All right. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you next week. Same time, same silly channel. Goodbye. Guys, say goodbye with me right now. Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye.
Work sucks, food's cold, no sleep, getting old. Maybe it's time to figure it out, think it up what life's about. I need internet genius, bringing all the best ideas. Certified right boys all the time. If you want the correct opinion, here's mine.